Okay, hello, Doofer911 here with another live stream. It's been a while, guys. It has been a while. It's been at least a month, I think, since I've done another live stream. So first things first, probably what you're going to notice, bad news. I'm still I'm still staying with family, so the live stream qualities is still going to be bad. I do apologise. Part of the reason why I haven't live streamed for a while is because I've had some trouble with the internet speed. It's been a bit slow. So as bad as the quality of the live streams have been, I wasn't even sure that I could even do a smooth live stream. So I haven't done a live stream for a while. Let's have a look who is in the chat here. First of all, as I always start with every live stream, if you guys could just let me know if you can hear me okay. You won't be able to hear anything in the game just yet because we haven't got any engines running or anything. But if you guys can hear me okay, let me know. Who have we got in the chat today? We've got Green Light Zone, welcome. First question, how did I get that RyanAir skin? With the PMDG, you get like this kind of, what they call it, operations center. It's like a bit of software, and they have like a livery manager in there, so you can just go through like a gallery of liveries and just download. It's just like a one button click. It automatically downloads and installs the livery for you, and then you can select it in the sim. So it's very nice and simple. Aiden, hello. Late backs, boss, hello. Mike C&D, Yasu Tikanis, yes, I'm back. SS Diamond, welcome back. Harry, welcome back. Finally in the NGX, flying it right now. Yeah, well, I've been in the NGX a couple of times, but I'm still learning it, so don't expect anything amazing during this live stream. Jack R, welcome. Jean-Paul, bonjour. Giuseppe, hello from Italy. I don't know how to say hello in Italian though, sorry. Luke, welcome. Let's have a look here. Audio is fine. Video quality is poor. Yeah, as I said there, unfortunately it's a slow internet connection, which is the cause of the poor video quality. One other thing I want to say, I know I haven't put any like good high value videos out recently. I've been doing a lot of work kind of personally, just trying to like study and learn some more professional skills such as programming skills and kind of relearning all of my kind of IT. There's a thing in the UK called ITIL, which is like a kind of IT kind of service framework. So I've been doing a lot of kind of professional studying to get another new job. Because I'm still trying to move out of London and still trying to get a job, so I've just been spending a lot of time doing professional studying. That's why I haven't had any time to do proper flight sim stuff. So I do apologise for that, but unfortunately real life does come first. Dom, hello, welcome. JC, missed you. I've missed you guys as well. Yeah, I do. I have missed you guys. Anyway, so we are flying this RyanAir Flight 7226 between Bristol, England to Krakow in Poland. So we are going to get a little bit... We are going to go with a move. Can I make the microphone a little louder? I can do it a touch. Hopefully it's not too loud. The microphone's whacked up all the way on OBS, so it's just a gain. Yes. Has Python coming along? Python isn't. It's C++ that I'm trying to learn at the moment. Oh my god, C++. That's I don't know how my brain hasn't just turned to mush yet, but yeah. We're flying RyanAir from Bristol to Krakow. So I want to get a move on, but we're flying RyanAir and this is a simulation, so I have to simulate things as realistically as possible. So if you guys want me to jump into the cockpit of this plane, it's going to cost you an extra £5. If you want me to fill up the fuel tanks and load the passengers on, that's going to cost you an extra £50 because fuel's expensive these days. If you want me to actually start the engines, I mean, we're looking at another £20 on top of that. And if you actually want me to actually fly the plane, I mean, that's like £120. Now, if you actually want me to go beyond London from Bristol, that's gonna be an extra tenner. Because I'm getting paid by the hour here, so there's gonna be a tenner per It's £10 per hour of flying. By the way, these prices are each. So for each person who's watching the stream, You each have to pay me. So yeah. So anyway, I was just joking. Let's jump into the cockpit. So at the moment we're cold and dark. Now I'm going to be doing a sort of an abbreviated start, so I'm not really going to be talking about every single switch that I'm looking and checking. I'm just for the sake of getting the live stream moving, I'm just gonna go because we do have a targeted takeoff or targeted departure time of 10:40 local, so about 34 minutes from now. So Mike, I am not doing that. I do not deliberately crash planes. Hope I don't have to deal with more passengers doing naughty things. What kind of naughty things are we talking about, JG? Right, so let me get all my notes and my phone and everything, because I was making a few notes just before the live stream actually, because I realised that for given all of the notes that I've made about flying this plane, all of them, many notes, all these notes, this is, I'm going to be reading all of this, by the way, all these notes for flying the plane. What was I going to say? I was going to make a point, and yeah, for all of the notes that I did have, I realised that I didn't have anything for kind of post-landing and shutdown, basically. So there we go. Hey, it's Snay. Welcome, Snay. It's been a while since you've been here. How's it going? Let's have a look here. Who was that? Crafty Boy, welcome, how's it going? Or welcome back, rather. Always nail landing in the 787. Everything goes right except for, always rail the landing, okay. Or fail the landing. Yeah, I mean, I've been struggling with this a little bit as well. The main thing I struggle with the 737 is slowing it down during approach. I don't know when to slow it down or the best way to slow it down, so usually it's just throwing out the speed brakes and hoping for the best. Good at landing, you just can't stay on the centre line. Don't worry about that. I mean, yeah, we all take a little time to learn. Snake hits me for the safe aspiration. Good stuff. Mike, no need to be sorry. I know you're young and silly. It's just we don't talk about deliberately crashing planes on this channel. Accidentally, if it happens accidentally, and if we're talking about sort of recovering in an accident, that's okay, but not deliberately crashing stuff. Right, okay, so I'm gonna hurry up and get this plane going because this takes an age to start up. So battery master switch comes on, and then I will actually jump straight into the FMC after that. And we will load up fuel. So the fuel for the flight is going to be 9.3 tons, so 9,300 kilograms. I'm going to just put in the exact amount that SimBrief gave me there. And if we go into payload, so we've got 159 passengers making their way eastwards today. Okay, right. So, I mean, you don't have to do that at that point. I just like to kind of get the fuel loaded and the passengers loaded. It just kind of gets all of that stuff out of the way. Obviously, if you're using a ground add-on, you'll be doing that later on in the flights. But for me, I don't use any like ground add-ons or anything, so I just kind of do that to get it out of the way sooner rather than later. How do I calculate fuel? I use a website called simbrief.com. You have to create an account to use it, but it's probably one of the best free websites you can use for getting a flight plan and stuff. Something else I forgot to do is connect some ground power. Let me do that just now. Pitot covers can be removed. Ground power can be connected. Right, so ground power light is on. Click that and everything comes online. Can I do a setup tour once? Yes, when I move into my flats or when I move into somewhere new, I'll certainly do a setup tour. At the moment, the room that I'm staying in is kind of like everything that I had in my flat before I moved in with the family is in this room. It's like absolutely cramped and horrible in here. So once I move out, I'll definitely do a setup tour. Right. Right. Let me just run through the preliminary pre-flight stuff very quickly, and then I'll come back and chat with you guys. It's just that there's so much to do in a Boeing compared to an Airbus, and as I said, I'm still learning this aircraft. I'm still trying to gain confidence with it. So, yeah, I'll be as quick as I can. Can I do a fully automated flight? I don't even touch the yoke. I'm working on something, Shaquille. I am working on something, or I've got. Well, no, I'm not working on something, but I have an idea. One of my, because I'm learning C++ programming, one of my projects that I want to do is try and write code or program a kind of like a makeshift autopilot to fly an entire flight for me. So something which kind of connects to the simulator and then flicks all the switches for me. So it's kind of like a macro where it's going to be a program which automatically flicks a bunch of switches for me. That's going to be like my first kind of like little project or test once I actually know how to program and stuff and how to kind of work with an existing piece of software. Sid, looking extra handsome. I'll stop it, Sid. Behave. 6 shots. First stream, you've been able to catch me live. Oh, welcome, 6. That's fantastic. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to jump into the CDU and do a few bits and pieces. So, nav data out of date. Yeah, I'm not bothered about having in-date nav data. So, we go position inits. So we are currently at Bristol, which is Echo Golf Golf Delta. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to the next page. We're going to pick up one of the GPS readings there, come back, and set our IRS position. So this basically tells the onboard computers where we are in the world exactly. Then we go into routes. So we enter the origin, which is Bristol. We enter our destination, which is Krakow. So that is EPKK. Or in Echo Papa Kilo Kilo in proper speak, and flight number will be Foxtrot Romeo 7226. Next we're going to departures and arrivals. So departure will be something I forgot to have a look at. Departure, whoops. Will be runway 27. So if we take 27 there, and it's going to be the Baddie 1X Sid. So I'm not going to lie, I did do like a test flight yesterday of this exact same route, and it looks like it's going to be exactly the same, like same runways and stuff. So so it should all be okay. We are also using real weather. Using Active Sky Next to give me real weather. However, the flight is not real time. This flight doesn't fly this time. Doesn't fly on Saturdays in the real world. So, so real weather, real time. Well, the sim time matches real time, but yeah, the flight itself isn't exactly perfect. Right. Okay. So if we go into routes, next page, and then we have to enter the routes. So if you bear with me, guys. Actually, before I enter the route, let me come back to the chat for a moment. Who's Tanmay? Who's the one that makes flight plans? Is it pilots? No, for airlines they have a dedicated like operations team and a bunch of dedicated planners who actually create the flight plans because there's a lot to take into account, like weather, fuel consumption, whether there's delays currently in place. you know, just the general amount of air traffic flying over a particular region, you know, airspace restrictions and all sorts. So they actually have a dedicated, airlines will have a dedicated team of planners who will draw up the flight plans, and then they give those flight plans to the pilots, and then the pilots enter them into the flight computers. Am I using EasyDock? No, I'm not. I am simply holding down the space bar and moving the mouse, and that gives me my kind of mouse controls there. Right, okay, so you're talking about yourselves, good stuff. Oh, and we work on airline ops, nice. I'm jealous. I would love to, but I think I've kind of gone down the wrong career path for that. Was too far gone down the IT support path to switch now. Right, so route. Let me just type in the route very quickly here. So Badham, and then we're going direct to Gavgo. And then from there we're taking UL9 to CPT. Now there is a way that you can kind of shortcut this just by entering the different waypoints, and it will automatically, or it's either, I think if you enter in the different airways, it will automatically figure out the common waypoint between them. I'm going to do this kind of step by step because I've had a little bit of trouble with this picking up the correct waypoints. So I'm just going to go through it slowly, step by step, just to make sure I get every waypoint in every airway there. Redfa, we go over, so from Redfa we go direct to Povel. That's UL 986 to Lassus. Oh no, that's not. Goes in there. T714 to Mapec, and that's the last waypoint. So for anyone who's wondering, the flight itself is going to take maybe 2 hours 10 minutes approximately, obviously dependent on winds and stuff, so yeah, we should be taking off in about half an hour's time, and then the flight itself is going to be about 2 hours long. Crafty Boy just answered that there. Am I flying on an online network? No, I'm just flying offline here. Sometimes happens with data link. Yeah, some of the more modern aircrafts, basically, rather than print out the flight plan and hand the pilot a bunch of papers, they can basically just text the flight plan to the aircraft, and it will automatically enter everything in there. Okay, so I think that's the route as for now. It's got the departure and everything, not the arrival. We'll do the arrival mid-flight. But yeah, if we go into legs, I think everything is okay there, as I checked yesterday, so we'll just activate and execute that. Then we go into performance inits. Yep. And we enter 0 fuel weights, so just click on that button twice to do that. Check the engine displays, make sure we've got the takeoff kind of highlighted there, which is good. Enter the reserves, so we'll take 800 kilograms of fuel for reserves. A bit low, I think, but I don't know about fuel usage and stuff. Cost index for the flight is 57 today. Cruising altitude is flight level 350. We're not going to worry about the winds, and the transition altitude at Bristol is 6,000 feet. So we will execute all that performance data. Going to N1 limit, so we're going to do a D-rated takeoff, so we'll just do standard D-rates because I don't know how to calculate it properly using temperature, and we'll do a D-rated climb as well. Then we're going to takeoff, we're going to page 2 first of all, and first thing we need to do is enter the runway winds. So what I'm going to do is just tune into Active Sky Next and pick up the winds there. And if you bear with me, I'm going to need to write all of this stuff down.
Echo Golf Golf Delta, airport information, Echo 0850 Zulu, weather, wind 241 at 8, visibility 10, sky clear, temperature 18, dew point 14, QNH 1028, advice on initial contact, you have information, Echo.
Well, that was fantastically simple. Okay, so winds are 241 at 8. So the winds are coming from a direction of 241 degrees and the speed of the wind is 8 knots. Runway slopes in FSX don't have any kind of camber to them or any slopes, so we just put in 0 there. We'll just leave all of the engine out stuff and the height as it is. If we come back to page 1 now, we're going to do a flaps 5 takeoff into the centre of gravity, which gives us our trim value, which we'll need a bit later, and then we'll enter in the V speeds, which are automatically calculated. And that's the CDU stuff done. Cool. Sorry guys. I always have to like ignore you when I'm setting up this plane. So it's just a lot to do, a lot more than an Airbus. Sorry guys. Yes. Sam, the cost index that I got there was from SimBrief. Actually, if I can bring this onto the screen just now. So this is what I was using. Hang on, let me. How do I zoom in? There we go. So yeah, so this is simbrief.com. So this is like a virtual flight planning website. It's free to use. You do have to create an account, but it's completely free to use. And you just enter in a bunch of details about your flight, and then it spits out a fairly realistic flight plan here. So the cost index I got there, so cruise is CI, cost index is 57. So that's where I got that from. I could be using these average winds there. I need to do a bit more kind of research and understanding of how the winds work in the simulator and how to set up a plane there. And then here it just gives you a bunch of information. So block fuel, so that's the total amount of fuel that I'm going to need. So that's basically how much fuel you load into the plane when you first start. So that's 9,321 kilograms or 9.3 tons. I'm not sure what that's going to be in pounds, but obviously you can just convert the weights of the fuel. And then you've got the route here. So the routes that I was entering just now, I got from there. So we've got Bristol Airport, runway 27, and then that's the SID, Badding 1X, takes us to the Badding waypoint, and then from there, that's kind of the whole flight. And then we've got Mapic, and then we've got the star into Krakow, so that'll be the Mappy 1G star. And then we've got Krakow Airport. We're expected to be landing on runway 25 given the current weather conditions there, but that could change. And then down here we've got packs and then cargo weight as well. And then I'm sure it does give you your flight level somewhere as well, but it gives you information about every waypoint. I'll usually grab the flight level of the cruise altitude from there. I mean, obviously there's a lot of data there, and I don't know everything that it means. I just know where to find the specific details I need. But I will be kind of reading through this and understanding what the entire document means at some point. Sorry guys, I'm still missing comments here. Jonathan Yeager, Steam Edition. Yes, this is FSX Steam Edition. Adam, welcome. How's it going? OVN, welcome. How's it going? Welcome back, you guys. Good to see you again. Is the box version good? Yeah, the box version has its benefits. I think FSX Steam Edition, sort of as it is just generally more is better performance wise. But I mean, yeah, some people love the original box edition there. So I'm just seeing if there's any other comments that I've missed. RMG, welcome, how's it going? Won't unlimited fuel weigh you down a little bit? It could do. Because performance, aircraft performance does take into account fuel burn during the flight as well. Cool, okay. Right, so we should be taking off or departing the stand in about 15 minutes. It's only Bristol Airport is only a small airport. If I bring back a map of Bristol Airport here, that's the SID that we're going to be flying. So yeah, so we're parked here just in front of the control tower at the moment, and we're going to be taking off runway 27. So we're just gonna do an on stand start. We're not going to do pushback or anything. We'll just do a turnaround, taxi down Zulu here onto Alpha X-ray, and then take off from 27. Although in the sim, it's not Zulu and it's not Alpha X-ray. I don't know what the taxiways are, but we'll work with it. We'll see how it goes. How long's the flight? The flight will be approximately 2 hours. It kind of ranges between 2 hours and 2 hours 15 minutes. Christian, why not 1080p? Because I've got really slow internet connection at the moment. So 480p is the best I could do whilst keeping the stream smooth and steady. Christoph, how you do for hello from Krakow? Hey, fantastic. Dzień dobry. And that's about all the Polish I know, I'm afraid. Okay, so what I'm going to have to do now is I'm going to have to ignore you guys again because there's a bunch of pre-flight stuff that I need to check. So I do apologise, but I'm going to try and rattle through this as quickly as I can. So basically when you're checking the overhead panel, you're working in vertical strips. So you start off in the top left corner and move down, and then you move into the next vertical column, move down, move down, move down, move down. We're also going to be getting the APU started at this point as well. So sorry guys, I've got a lot of notes that I need to check through here, so I'll try and run through them as quickly as possible. So the old damper comes on. I'm actually in the process of doing an abbreviated checklist to kind of identify which are the only switches that you need to hit, and then I'll have like I'll probably, when I come to do tutorials on this aircraft, I'll do like a full walkthrough, and then I'll do like an abbreviated thing where you only flick certain switches. Gamma, welcome, and thank you very much for the $20. It's very kind of you. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. Damn. Okay. Thank you very much. Oh god, I will shout it. I haven't like live streamed for ages, and that's amazing. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Right, put me off now. Right, so all of those should be okay. All of those switches are okay. Fuel pumps can go off for now. So fuel pump switches all off. Okay, battery master switch is on. All of those are okay. All of those are okay. If I'm using ground power, start the APU now. Okay, so let's go back a few pages here. So I'm not gonna, as you'll notice, just for the sake of time, brevity, I'm not gonna be doing any like fire tests or anything silly like that. Maybe when I do the full tutorials I will, but not for this. So why did I come to this view? I don't need to be in this view. Being a doofer. Right, so to get the APU started, what we're going to do is flick on the forward left fuel pump first, and then we go to the APU switch down here, put that on, and then we should get a low pressure light just here, and then we'll see the exhaust gas temperature of the APU start to rise. What's the bright spot on the overhead? I think it's just an overhead light. I think it's just a light that's there. So we've got low oil pressure light there, and the APU is now kicking into life. So we just wait until the APU gen off bus light is on. That means when we see that light come on, that's when we know the APU is ready to go. Daru, what's my favourite plane? I don't have a favourite. I've got many favourites. Christian, no VATSIM? No VATSIM today. Gamma, good to see me in a proper aircraft. Yeah, the 787 is definitely a lot more involved. It's definitely more of a pilot's aircraft rather than a managing aircraft type thing. Let's have a look here. Yeah, I mean, if anyone was going to push me for an answer, I would say Boeing over an Airbus, because it's a lot more involved, and it's kind of Boeing seem to have this kind of culture where they trust the pilot more, they give the pilot more responsibility, whereas Airbus is kind of like, we'll get a computer to manage the fuel systems, we'll get a computer to do all this and that for you. So yeah. What's my favourite plane? I mean, I've got a lot of favourite planes. I don't have one particular favourite. I like a lot of iconic aircraft. I love the Boeing 747. I love the Concorde. I love the A380. I love, Eurofighter Typhoons. I love the Tornado GR4s. I love, Space Shuttle. This is technically an aircraft. So yeah. Yeah. Right. Sorry. I need to hurry up because before I know it, we're leaving in 9 minutes apparently. Not if I keep doing this. Right. So the APU is on. We've got the APU gen off bus light is on. So the APU is ready to be used. So we flick on the APU generators, and now we've taken generate. Now it's the APU that's generating electrical power and giving electrical power rather than a unit on the ground there. Okay. Right, I need to hurry up with this. Okay, so equipment cooling is normal. Emergency exit lights go on. Seatbelt signs go on. Gina, please take care of that for me. Windshield wipers are off. Window heat switches can now come on, so that's these 4 up here. Probe heat switches stay off. Anti-ice stays off for now. Hydraulic pumps stay where they are. And then if you come over to the right hand side, trim air is on. Temperature selectors are all okay. Packs can come on. Isolation valve, I'm way behind here, is open. Engine bleeder switches are on. APU bleeder switches on. Isolation valve is open. Yep. Okay, and then we come down to our pressurization panel. So cruise altitude is flight level 350 or 35,000 feet, and the landing altitude at Krakow is about 800 feet, 791 feet elevation there. Magnus, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Right. Next we check our lights. So all the lights are off. APU's on. So that's there. Steady. Anti-collision. Yeah, because it's daytime, we don't need any extra lights like the wing lights or logo lights or anything. Right. Okay. Let's. Hang on. Did I just? Okay. Right, center display. So rejected takeoff goes to, auto brake goes to RTO. That should go off. Yes. Oh god, it's working for now. Fuel flow switch will reset. Those are normal. Could do a cargo fire test now. I'm not going to. Could do comm radios. I'm not going to. I'm not going to do any radio stuff. What I will do is just turn up the gain on the weather radar for later. And yes, all radio stuff now. I usually don't do. Okay. Do I have the yaw damp on? Yes, I do. Adam, show you how to add on livery. Just do a search on Google. It's fairly straightforward. You should be able to find that. I can't really show anything just now, I'm afraid. Cushion in real life when the APU is on only left pack and ISO valve. Okay. Yeah, I mean, as I said, I'm still learning this aircraft. This is like I'm not an expert with this aircraft at all. So I use these live streams as kind of like a way to learn the aircraft and force me to fly it and get the hang of it. Shane, no I don't. No I don't, Shane. I'm working on it, but no I don't, not yet. Let's see here. So barrel ref selector we can set to HPA. So barometric pressure was 1028. Oh, Snay, are you still watching? I hope Snay's still watching, because I want to brag about something. 1028. What's buzzing? Do you know what? My phone just buzzed on my desk, and it was an alert from Tinder saying that I could start swiping again. So there's people asking me in the chat if I've got a girlfriend, and Tinder's now going, "Oh, you can start swiping again." Brilliant. What a coincidence. Right. This is perfect, nice. Okay. Barometric pressure is set. I keep losing track here. Mode selectors on map. We'll set the range down to 10. Traffic is needed. Weather radar is off. Courses set. Don't going to worry about that. Flight director switches come on, so do left first and right. We've got the green master light on there. So much to do, so little time. Blank, blank, blank. FD, yep. I'm using checklists. Yeah, I'm using my own checklist, which is taken from the PDF documents that come with the aircraft. Tinder's listening. Yeah, I might do a little bit of Tindering later on once we're up in the cruise. Actually, Snee who's still watching. The only reason I wanna brag to Snee is because apparently we're gonna get 30 degrees in London today. Snee thinks he's all that down in Greece where it's like constantly 35 degrees, but you know we're catching up in England. We're getting 30 down here. Let's have a look here. Aviation and Gamma, can you guys stop barking at each other, please? Right, let's have a look here. Thrust levers are idle. Parking brake we can now set. Speed brake is down. Right. Okay, now we are just about ready to leave. On time. Yay. So, yeah, now I'm going to go into FS actions and we're going to remove any ground connections and stuff. So we'll disconnect the ground power, we will remove the chocks, and we will also close the door at this point. Yep. So now we come back into the FMC and we go into the takeoff page. The first officer needs to go into the legs page. I don't know, it's not really worth setting anything over there, but I'll do it anyway, just for the sake of it. Thanis, you live in Greece. Ah, nice. Flight Simulator Steam Edition. You're from Poland. Ah, dzień dobry. Deru, I've answered a few of your questions. Right, right, okay, now we're getting into some sexy stuff here. So, MCP, so we arm the auto throttle. IAS or speed selector, we need to set the V2 speed, which is 151. We just get that from the CDU there. And then we arm VNav and LNav. Those actually lit up, I'm proud, I'm glad. Into runway heading, so I believe, judging by the documentation I have, the runway at Bristol is 268. It's runway 27, but the actual heading is 268. Initial altitude will be 6,000 feet. There's a constraint along the departure there, so set that in. Yeah, I think we're going good. Forgot to set the MCP. No, I didn't. We have a lot of we have a few Polacks in the stream today. Fun fact, little known secret about me, I am actually part Polish. Little do for 911 trivia there for you. Let's have a look here. Magnus, just stop at 20 degrees. Much nicer. Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I'm originally from the Scottish Highlands, so I fully appreciate cold or nice weather, but a nice breeze to kind of complement it there. Right, let's get these engines started, shall we? So we go fuel pumps. Hang on, do we have fuel in the center tank? Yes, we do. Okay, so we'll go fuel pumps. Oh, come on, don't turn one off. Electric hydraulic pump switches come on, so we're not doing the pushback or anything. I know they need to kind of turn off one of the systems for pushback. I'm not going to be doing that. We'll check the sys page there, make sure we've got hydraulic pressure, which we do. Anti-collision lights comes on. I did mean to do that, by the way. And then we'll also set the trim for takeoff now, so that's 5.8. Thank you, TIP. Just saw that. So trim we'll set to 5.8. 5.81, close enough. Right. Are we ready to start the engines? Found a squeak for your father, so I bet you ah, nice. Let's have a look here. Okay. So let's continue. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know why people just come in and troll the chat. We're just trying to have a nice, like, relaxing flight, nice relaxing weekend, Saturday morning. Just anyway, yeah. TIP's on form. Don't mess with TIP. He's a sneaky one. TIP. You gotta keep an eye on TIP. See, the thing with TIP, right, the incompetent pilot, right, I always suspect that people think that TIP, because of his name, he's a bad pilot, and if you watch him on Twitch, he always pretends to, like, fly bad, but I think it's a ruse. I think he's having us on. I think TIP is just is tricking everyone here. Hang on. Speaking of TIP, let me just message him very quickly. So I have to do some sneaky peeky behind the scenes stuff with TIP there. Right. Okay. Let's get these engines started, shall we? Let's get this moving. Right. So MFD will bring up the secondary engine page so we can get our N2 and other extra bits and pieces down there. Packs left and right come off for engine start. We're going to do engine 2 and then engine 1, so we'll move engine 2 to ground. So what we're looking for is movement on the N2. Start valve is open on the top display there. We've got movement on the N2 indication. We've got movement on the N1 there. So at 25 on the N2 we will introduce fuel into the engine, so we just flick the small switch up here. So it's 23, 24, 25, put that up there. And then you'll notice the engine will start to accelerate as fuel starts to be injected into the engine, and it starts to just kind of be a self-sustaining reaction up to idle speed. Adam, am I in London or Inverness? I'm in London at the moment. Have I used Pilot Edge? No, I want to though. The flying guy, hello from the Netherlands. Hello, or is it hello? Is that how you say hello in the Netherlands? I'm not sure. I forgot the fuel pumps. No, I didn't. I put the fuel pumps on. Right, so at 56% we got the starter cut out. I heard the click and the indications there disappeared on the engine 2 there. So we'll go to engine 1, we'll hit that on to ground. And again we're looking for movement on the N2. Movement on the N1, starter valve open. You can actually hear the engines as well. Well, I can. You guys might not be able to. And then again that 25% on the N2. That's 24, 25 for the switch. Wait for the fuel to start being injected. Fuel flow increases. Engine speeds increase. It's all good. It's all good. Metro Sim Gamer just joined from Washington DC. Wow, it must be very early for you. Welcome. How's it going? Hello, you saying that? That's okay. PC specs I will show later on in the flights. I make good FSX videos. Thank you very much. I put a lot of time and effort into them, so I'm glad that people like them. Right. Okay, that's the engine started. So now, more checklists, more procedures, more things to do. So generator 1 and 2 switches come on. Probe heat switches come on as well. So those two up there. Wing and engine anti-ice is needed. It's 30 degrees down in England. We don't need it. And apparently no cloud coverage, according to the METAR or the ATIS report that we had there. Isolation valve goes to auto. The packs. I just switched the packs on. The isolation valve goes into auto. APU bleed air gets turned off now, and the APU itself gets turned off. Engine start switches get moved to continuous. Engine thrust levers are idle. Almost set the flaps now to 5 for takeoff. What we'll also do is blank out the lower display. Now, interestingly enough, the RyanAir doesn't seem to have a or doesn't show the flight control position. So, for example, on SIS here, it doesn't show the position of the flight controls. So we're not really able to check and confirm. So when you do the full left, full right, forward, back, moving the rudder, you're just doing it by feel in this aircraft. You're not really, there's no visual confirmation that everything is moving as it should be. So let's just keep our fingers crossed and hope, shall we? Anyway, transponder we will now set. Let's set the transponder to 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll just turn it on now. Taxi light we can turn on, don't really need it, but we'll turn it on anyway. And yeah, we're ready to go. Something. Okay. Right. So what I'm going to do is release the parking brake. Give it a little bit of throttle. So I found for taxiing the 737, maybe having the throttle at about 25, 26 on the N1 is just about right. So you just get a little bit of oomph just to get it going, but then keeping the throttle down at about, or keeping the N1 percentage at about 25, I found works for me. I find that the aircraft doesn't sort of accelerate much as you're taxiing along. Keep it nice and slow and controlled here. Yeah, guys, stop, just stop being silly. Stop insulting each other. Piet, am I British? Yes, well, yeah. Technically I am, yeah, I'm Scottish, specifically. But yeah, yeah, I am Scottish, but I'm proud to be British, because I've got a lot of, it's funny, because in my family, I am the only Scottish person. The entire rest of my family are all English people, apart from, well, one, my gran, who's Polish. But apart from that, my family is pretty much entirely English. Did I say the estimated flight time? Yeah, the estimated flight time is going to be about 2 hours. The real flight takes usually between 2 hours and 2 hours 15 minutes. So it'll be somewhere between, somewhere in that time frame there. Jats, best of luck for my flight. Thank you very much. Mark Lowe, welcome. How's it going? I'm fine. I'm slightly in pain, but I'm fine. Pete. Sorry, Pete. I'll call you Pete for now. And Swish British. England is your city, Bristol is your town. Nice. Right, okay, so as we're taxiing to the runway, we shall turn on the weather radar now. We do that by that. We don't have any weather, it's perfect weather down in England at the moment. We're getting a nice breeze coming up from the Mediterranean and the sort of South Atlantic at the moment, so it's nice and toasty in the UK. That's a point. I need to hurry up and get this flight over and done with so I can go and sunbathe in my local park. Alex, when will the new FSX come out? You've been waiting for 10 years. Well, you have 3 options now. You've got X-Plane 11, you have prepared version 4, and you have Flight Sim World. 3 new simulators. They've all been released fully. Well, X-Plane 11 is a full release and is available now. Prepared version 4 is a full release, and is a version about is available now. Is released this year, and Flight Sim World is early access, but is released last month. Pete, am I on VAT Sim? No, I'm not. I'm offline. I always fly offline because I like to talk a lot when I'm on a live stream, and if I fly with air traffic control or anything, it just kind of disrupts me. It puts me off if I'm trying to explain something or if I'm trying to answer a question. So I normally fly offline because so I don't get disrupted as I'm talking or as I'm trying to explain something, basically. Right, so we are at the runway, so we'll go put strobes on. Transponder's already on, so don't worry about that. We'll just release the parking brake and get ourselves lined up. Might have to give it a little bump of throttle there. Can this just stop being overcast-ish? That's the thing, where like as soon as autumn hits Inverness, it's like overcast every day for at least 7 months. That's one of the things I don't miss from the Highlands, is how it's just constantly overcast and cloudy up there. But the thing is, when it's a nice day up there, it's a really beautiful day up there. Even if it's not hot, it's just stunning with the scenery and the Highlands and the mountains and stuff. You know, living there, I always took like all the scenery for granted. I always used to think, why do tourists come here and stuff? I don't get it. And then like living in London and having buildings being the only thing I can see out the window for 5 years now, I get it. I fully get it. Yep, landing lights are coming on now. We don't have the HUD in the RyanAir either, so I guess to save money. Anyway, right, we are all ready to go. So I am going to go throttles up to 40 on the N1. Make sure everything's nice and even there, and then we're going to hit the hit and click spot to go Toga. And we are rolling. So just looking down the far end of the runway. Thrust this one set. The runway's approaching, come on, can't move on.
V1.
Rotate.
Rotate. V2.
So positive rate, gear up. This is a fairly uneventful takeoff. Not that I'm complaining. So we're up at 2000 already, so I'm going to enable the autopilot there, just so I can do hands off and so I can start doing some of the auto takeoff stuff. Chrono, I don't usually do the chrono, I'm afraid. Right, so just going to keep an eye on the speed there. That's progressing nicely, good. So auto brakes can come off. Landing gear lever will push into the middle, just turns off all the hydraulic systems there. Engine start switches can come off. Captain CDU will switch onto legs, and then as we accelerate through the different speeds, on the speed tape there I'll set the flaps to 1, and then by the time the flaps move to position 1, or once we pass the up marker, so passing up, so we'll set the flaps up, and we're going, that's it, done. So yeah, so what I'll do now is we'll just set the change the range on the nav display here, and we'll turn off the landing lights and stuff later on. What I can't turn off now is the taxi light, and yeah, I also need to keep an eye on the centre fuel tank. So once we run out of fuel in the centre fuel tank, I just need to turn off the fuel pumps for that. What food am I serving? We're serving Polish vodka today. Gina once we get above 10,000 feet, I'll release Gina and the cabin crew, and they'll all get a move on. So now I can actually like sit, relax, and talk to you guys now. If anyone's wondering, that alert is just letting us know we're within 10,000 or 1,000 feet of our kind of altitude there. So. What's that sound? If you mean the kind of like hissing sound, that's the trim. That's the trim wheels going. Where do you get the plane? You can get the plane on the PMDG website. So that's Papa Mike Delta Golf PMDG simulations. How much did this plane cost? I can't remember. It was probably $60 or $70. But this is the PMDG aircraft are the most comprehensive, realistic add-ons that you can get. They are the most detailed, most in depth. These are the like PMDG is the gold standard when it comes to FSX add-on aircraft. So it's definitely worth the money. Polish vodka is your favourite. I always have 2 bottles in the freezer. Polish vodka is brutal. Like I've seen bottles of Polish vodka which have like are like 60, 70, 80% alcohol. This is nuts. Never wide plane. Scoot computer's going to crash because the plane. Yeah, I mean, as I said, this is one of the most realistic aircraft you can get, but the downside of that is of course that yeah, it's very kind of heavy on the system. Sorry, Gamma, I think you asked me earlier why I'm in pain. It's just because I started exercising again, like all my muscles are aching and stuff, which is a good sign. It means that I'm exercising properly. My voice is breaking. I haven't live streamed for a while. My voice is already starting to break. Amy, hello from Glasgow. Welcome. How's it going? Okay. So how are you guys doing this weekend? Anyone got any plans for the weekend? As I said, once I've done the stream, well, we should be flying for about 2 hours now. So once I'm done with the stream, I'm probably going to go out to my local park and yeah, maybe just sit in the sun for a little bit and get a suntan. Because me being coming from Scotland, I'm like neon white at the moment, so I need to go out and get a bit of a tan while I can. And yeah, as I said, it should be about 30 degrees in London today, so it should be good. Let's see, Sam Devlin, welcome back, Sam. How's it going? Thank you for coming back. And Tom as well. Good morning. How's it going? Gamma. Yeah, boys. Yeah. Yeah. I've just been like, it's just been a bit of a shock to the system getting back into exercise. Because the thing is, like, I don't mean to brag, but I don't want me to sound like that guy. But when I exercise, like, I try my best to do it right. Like, it's funny because when I go for a walk around my local park, I always see like personal trainers, you know, going out running with people and you know kind of spurring people on to do press ups and stuff, and it's so painful to watch because you see people doing like half-assed press ups, and it's just like, no, don't just be like don't shrug your shoulders when you're doing the press up. Get your chin and your chest onto the ground and push back up from there. It'll work so much better. Your muscles, you'll get so much stronger if you do a proper press up. Not just like shrug your shoulders and go like, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 400, 500, 600. No, it's not proper press up. Do it right. Let's have a look here. Tomasz, hello from Krakow. Oh, welcome. Dzień dobry. Weather is terrible. Heavy storm now. Oh, don't be saying that. Oh, no. Don't say that. Oh, no. No, I don't want to be landing in bad weather. No. Am I following a specific plan, sort of thing? Yes, I'm following a flight plan that was generated by simbrief.com. Amy, what's my favourite airplane? Yours has to be a 787 Dreamliner. Oh gosh. A lot of people ask me that question, and I don't have a favourite plane. A lot of people always come in and say, what's your favourite plane, or do you prefer this plane or that plane? I really don't have a favourite. I like a lot of modern planes. I like the 787 Dreamliner. It, of course, is revolutionary. It's made of modern materials and all sorts. But I like a lot of classic aircraft. I like a wide variety of aircraft. Like I like the Boeing 747. I like the Airbus A380. I like the 737. I like the A320. I like I like fighter jets. Like I like Concorde. I like obviously Concorde's not a fighter jet, I know, but I like the Concorde. I like fighter jets like the Eurofighter, the Tornado GR4. I saw a lot of them flying around the Scottish Highlands. I like the Cessna 172. I like a lot of aircraft. So the only thing is the other thing people always ask me is Boeing or Airbus. I'm starting to lean more towards Boeing, because Boeing kind of trusts the pilot more. I just realised I'm still flying at 6,000 feet, aren't I? Come on, get up. Yeah, because Boeing seem to trust their pilot and give their pilot a lot more responsibility, so you feel more involved when you're flying a Boeing, whereas when you're flying an Airbus, it's kind of like, oh, just let the computers deal with it. So it feels very sort of passive. I'm going to go standard on the barometric pressure, and yeah, Gina, darling, get me one, please. Let's have a look here. You like the 757? It's sexy. The 757 is dangerous. Apparently, the 757 is the worst aircraft for wake turbulence. But yeah. I mean, it does have a certain presence, the 757, I'll give you that. Let me just... so we'll just catch up with college here. Let's see, 6-shot, go and do for, you want to say the Bulldog and Twin Pioneer. I don't know those aircraft. I'm afraid. I mean, again, another question, like some people always ask me, do you like modern aircraft or classic aircraft? I prefer modern aircraft. I know TIP is a fan of things like the Constellation and that. So yeah, I prefer more kind of more modern aircraft, so maybe from the 80s onwards as well. 777 is most badass. I mean 777 just is big. Let's have a look here. Yeah, Boeing trusts the pilot more. Oh yeah, I'm still 6,000 feet. Whoops. Father-in-law works at Boeing. Oh, nice museum they have. It's cool. Yeah, I'd love to go and see the. I'd love to go and see. See the Boeing factory, because apparently it's one of the biggest factories in the world. Boeing factory. Amy Cleland, don't say that. Flying on Monday. No, I mean the 757s themselves are fine. It's just the like the vortices that come off the tips of the wings are a danger to other aircraft. So you're fine. I mean, Amy, you're going to be on a plane that's going to be dangerous to other people. You're fine. You're the one that's going to be causing the problem. So behave yourself when you're on the plane. Let's have a look. Really like the Grumman Bruce, despite an ugly sin. Yeah, I mean, I don't hate old aircraft. I don't hate like Airbuses or anything. I just prefer, I don't have any preferences really. This is me saying I prefer Boeing over Airbus, and then I'm about to say I don't have any preferences. What I mean is I don't have like a great bias against one aircraft or another. Bulldog onto. Oh yes, the Bulldog. That's like a little single-engine prop, isn't it? Of course it is. Scottish Aviation, yeah. They also made the Jetstream. Of course I know a Jetstream. Wow, didn't know that. Awesome. Sam Devlin, hello, welcome, man. Assad, welcome. How's it going? Welcome to the stream, guys. Yeah, so at the moment we're just we're climbing up to our cruising altitude. So we're at 14,000 feet just now, or flight level 14. We're just making our way up. We're down to 190 kilograms on the center tank. So very soon we're gonna have to turn off these central fuel pumps. Just bring that in there. Let's have a look here. Thanasis, sub to my content. Oh, FR stuff. I'm trying to learn a bit of Greek because yeah, I should be going to. I'll hopefully be going to Greece and on holiday in a few months' time. So yeah, and one of my mods, Snay. I think he's watching, but he's just quiet. Snay, he's one of my best mates. He's Greek as well. So yeah, I went there last year and it's just amazing. Nicola, welcome. How's it going? I'll just make a note. So I'm just making a quick note of something. I've just seen some error messages popping up on the back end thing on YouTube there. On my back end, that sounds wrong. No, because on my YouTube dashboard, I'm just seeing some error messages coming up. So I'll try and sort those out for later on. Right, Magnus, you've flown a Bulldog, nice. One day like to own a proper Piper Cub. Yeah, the Piper Cubs are one of the sort of best beginner aircraft to fly. Hopefully this won't be too loud, but let's have a look here. TIB also flies biplanes, nice. Do you do like crop dusting on those biplanes and stuff? What's the the transition altitude was 6,000 feet, so we're way beyond that. Oliver Gilbert, welcome. How's it going? Haven't seen me in a while. Yeah, I've not been on for a while. I'm doing good. I'm in a little bit of pain because I've been exercising this week and my body's just gone into shock a little bit. So yeah, I'm slightly in pain, but I'm doing all right. I've been busy studying kind of professional skills like project management and coding and stuff. So I haven't spent too much time. In the sim recently. Oh, Metro Gamer. Sorry, Metro. I just saw your comment there. I thought I was going to switch to an external view, and then I saw Metro Gamer's comment there. Great minds think alike. Shaquille, there you go. It's done. Have I ever been to Krakow? No, I haven't. No, I would love to go sometime because, as I said, I am a slight part of me. My heritage is Polish, so I would love to go to Poland one day. I can't really speak any Polish other than Dzień dobry. I know one phrase as well, which is nie wiem swego, sobie na dobre nie wyszło, which is basically the Polish way of saying there's no bad that doesn't come good in the end, or every cloud has a silver lining. That's something my uncle used to say a lot, so that's the best bit of Polish I can speak. Nicola, very good. Happy to be watching flying it. Oh, good. I'm well glad to hear, Nicola. Thank you very much for choosing to spend your time here. Let's see. Pedals are meaning to rest your feet on. Yeah. You only really ever really use pedals when you're on the ground or very close to the ground. Cousin also from the same route, but shares. Oh, nice. Okay. Why don't I get FTX Global? It'll look way better. It would do, but I mean, I've already got well, I had a ground scenery add-on. I used to use Unreal Terrain X and Ground Environment X, so it's UTX and GEX. However, that was for the boxed edition of FSX, and I don't think they're working properly in FSX Steam Edition. So I have considered looking at picking up one of the FTX, or what's the company name? Orbex. I've been looking up, thinking of. I've been thinking of picking up some Orbex products. Weaver grad, you're half Polish, we'd love to go to. Nice. Once you get your PPL, if you ever have enough money to get your own aircraft, it'll be a bulldog without a doubt. Nice. Yeah, I'd love to get something like a, if I ever was in that position, like won the lottery or something, I'd probably be boring and go for a Cessna 172 or something. Adam, I've already done all the after takeoff stuff. There's really nothing for me to do. Oh, actually, that said, we will be out of fuel on these center tanks, so we can turn off the center fuel tanks there. So we burned off all the fuel in the center tank, and then we've just got fuel in the two wing tanks there. So it's going good. So we're up at 25,000 feet now, and we are making good progress. Where can you find the checklist? The checklists are within PDF documents, which come with the aircraft. What I've done is I've read through the checklist, and I've kind of written down all of the key steps and bits and pieces in Notepad. So I kind of transferred it, so it saves me having to, because I do have a second monitor here, but pardon me, everything related to streaming is on the second monitor. So I've got my YouTube dashboard, I've got the chats, I've got my streaming software, so I can't really, and that takes up the entire screen, so I don't have anywhere to put checklists, so I just write them down and have them here in a notebook. Let's have a look here. Let's have a look. TIP, I got the joke, TIP, don't worry. I went into the abyss, I went into nothingness. KFC Turbo, welcome, how's it going? TT Tong, will I make another series for the 737 like the A320? Yes, I will do, definitely. I will absolutely be doing a tutorial series on this aircraft. I'm still learning it myself. It's going to probably take a few months before I feel confident with the aircraft. And you know, I can fly the aircraft without, you know, the thing is, like, it's a tricky one, because the aircraft gives you is so much to do, you know, which really mimics the actions of a real world pilot, and there's a lot of things that within a simulator you really don't need to do. Like, you don't need to be performing fire tests. Like me, like, even though I do a bunch of tutorials, I'm more of a casual simmer. Like, I don't sit there and, you know, I don't go on to VATSIM or anything. Like, even though I do a lot of flight simulation tutorials, I'm more casual, like, I'm more relaxed, I'm more, this is a hobby, I don't want to take this too seriously, this is a hobby for me. So, and this aircraft is very full on, so it's just, I need to kind of learn the aircraft and then understand how we're going to structure the videos and how we're going to structure the tutorials. Like, am I going to do one which covers, like, when you're doing the overhead pre-flights, am I going to talk about, right, you have to make sure that this light is off, make sure this light is off, make sure this guard is down, or do I just go, right, the only thing you need to move is this switch, skip everything else, the only thing you need to check is this switch. So I need to learn the aircraft in a lot more, and just kind of figure out what I'm going to do with it. But yes, I definitely will be. Sorry, to answer your question, yes, I will do 737 tutorials. Camille, you live 1 hour away from Krakow. You should really come to Krakow. It's really worth it. Yeah, I will do. I'd love to one day. Crafty boy, playing FSX at the gates. We're about to fly from Heathrow to Dubai. Nice. That's gonna be a long slog. Cessna 172s are going for 40,000 to 50,000. Yeah. All I need is just like one lottery win and I'm there. Magnus, where do you find that PDF file? If you open up the PMDG Operations Center, there'll be an option for documentation, and then pardon me, yeah, there'll be an option for documentation, and then you'll find like various. I think there's got hiccups now. There's about 7 or 8 PDFs, and each of those have about at least 800 pages each. So there's a lot of reading to do with this aircraft. Thanasis, what's better, an ultra wide or 2 monitors? I would say 2 monitors. Me personally, when I work professionally, I always have 2 separate monitors. I couldn't imagine having everything on one screen. I would much rather have be able to separate stuff. Like, okay, I've got my main thing on my monitor in front of me, and I've got extra bits on the monitor to the side. I couldn't imagine having a big monitor and having my flight sim on one half of the monitor and all the extra bits on the other. I'd rather have 2 separate screens. But that's just my personal preference. Alright, Adam. Adam's heading off. No worries, Adam. Have a good flight there. You 320. Herschel, are you late? Not really. No. I mean, you missed the takeoff, I'm afraid, but we're just getting up into the cruise just now, so we're going to be flying for another. Let's see. So we've got another maybe 1 hour and 45 minutes, I would guess. Oops, I'm missing chat messages here. Flight deck to sim. If I'm interested in using live weather, expert Mapic 1G for ILS 25. Thank you very much, flight deck. I appreciate the help. Yeah, when I bashed my plan into flight sim brief, yeah, it said yeah, it gave me Mapic 1G for 25. But thanks for confirming that. I appreciate that. Camille, where did I get the plane from? I bought the plane from the PMDG website. So that's Papa Mike Delta Golf PMDG simulations. They are the gold standard for aircraft add-ons in FSX. Sebastian, why don't I try gliding? Do you mean in flight sim or in real life? Funny you should mention that. There's a couple of kind of series that I want to be doing, and that's I want to be doing a series on helicopters, which I want to use the basic helicopters in FSX, and I do also want to do some tutorials about gliding as well. So I do want to try it in real life. I find even just doing it in a simulator, I found gliding to be a much more sort of pure flying experience. You know, you don't have an engine, you don't have to worry about aircraft chatter or anything, like radio chatter or anything. It's just yeah, you can. It's just a lot more pure. It's just you and the plane, really. There's none of these glass cockpit displays to worry about or nothing. So that's 1,000 feet to go. So yeah, we're going good. Harshil, am I going back? No, this is just me on my outbound. I'm not going to be doing a 2-leg flight on this live stream. This is just here to there, and then I'm going to end the stream. Because if I go any longer than 4 hours, then my microphone starts playing up. And if my microphone starts playing up, then the sounds in-game, half of the in-game sounds disappear. I can't hear button clicks, I can't hear alarms and stuff. So it's just going there, and then I'll end the stream. But we're going to be going for another 2 hours at least, probably. Sebastian, real life. I would like to try gliding real life. That's a point. I'll have to have a look and see if there's any. I do know that there's a gliding place near Luton, or around Luton Airport. Not like right next to it, but I'm sure I've seen gliders when I've taken off in real life when I've been a passenger and then taken off from Luton. So. You're a solo pilot, that's why you're suggesting it. No, I mean, yeah, I definitely want to try gliding. I want to try gliding. I don't want to try flying a helicopter in real life as well. Yeah, is that north? Is that north of London? That's where you fly. Ah, nice. I will have to have a look. I'm going to make a note of that actually. London. Just can't stand this heat. I'm getting all tired. If you flight ticket to sim, you want to calculate your landing performance, got the board with TBAT. I appreciate the offer, but I'll pass on the landing performance there. I'm just going to use the sort of generic performance that the CPU gives me, because I'm still learning this aircraft. Like I am not an expert with this aircraft at all, so I do appreciate the offer. Thank you very much, but I'm just going to use the values that the CPU gives me. Makiko, it's not possible to download FSX for free, but I think if you look on Steam now, I think FSX Steam Edition is on sale. Yeah, you can. Yeah, I think it's on sale on Steam just now, so you can have a look there and pick it up cheap. It only costs about £7. Not too long at all. Camille, you'd love to become a pilot after you finish school. Yeah, I think a lot of us would love to be pilots in real life. Balaji, I think that's how you pronounce the name. Where am I in WebEye? What's WebEye? Oh, no. Marshall, no, as I said earlier, I'm not going to be going back. I'm just flying from Bristol to Krakow, and then I'll be ending the stream there. Oops. How long is the flight time until the destination? Let's have a look here. So EPKK is our destination. We're estimated to arrive at 11:56 Zulu. So it's about an hour and a half. About an hour and a half, I would say. KFC Turbo, question, what's the Venturi effect? I don't know. I've heard of it, but I don't know what it is. Let's find out, shall we? Let's learn a little bit. The Venturi effect is the reduction in fluid pressure that results when a fluid throws a constricted section, choke or pipe. Okay. There you go. Observed or used in the following. Okay, I have no idea, but yeah, it looks similar to the Bernoulli principle. There you go. That's what it is. So Venturi effect. The Venturi effect is a reduction in fluid pressure that results when a fluid flows through a constricted section or choke of a pipe. The Venturi effect is named after Giovanni Battista Venturi, an Italian physicist. There you go. Mr. Peoples, welcome. How's it going? Happy Saturday to you too. Oh, thank you very much, Flight Deck to Sim. I'll let me make a note of your name. Thank you very much, Flight Deck. I'll certainly keep that in mind. Do you have a channel at all, or do you like have any videos on your channel? I mean, that's the thing. Like, I know a lot of kind of aviation theory, and I know a lot for flying GA aircraft. But when it comes to like jetliners and like official procedures and realistic, things, I really don't have a clue. Like, for example, like right now, I don't know if pilots in real life, because I don't use ATC, like I don't know how busy. I just noticed something. Whoops! Just realised the landing lights were still out. Okay. I could see the landing lights were poking out at the bottom of the aircraft just then. What was I saying? Yeah, I'm not sure with pilots in real life, like how busy they are with air traffic control chatter. I don't like when I'm live streaming. Like, I'm just a casual. I consider myself to be a casual flight simmer. So I'm not constantly cross-checking my position with VOR stations. I'm not. I'm not worried about air traffic control chatter. I'm not worried about checking the systems or anything. I just trust that the plane's going to fly normally. So yeah, it'd be interesting to maybe it'd be interesting to see sort of from a professional standpoint, flight simulation from a professional standpoint rather than me, who is just an enthusiast. Oh, Balaji, what's my call sign? I'm not flying online. I'm flying offline. What's the flight altitude? Flight altitude is flight level 350, or approximately 35,000 feet. Some streamers put on captain shirt and stuff. Yeah, I mean, some people take it very seriously. Like, people build, full-scale cockpits and stuff. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that's too much for me. There's like too much time and effort investments. I mean, as I said, I do this to relax, and I do care about flying, and I do care about learning things, and when I do videos, I do care about sharing what I know of flying and sharing accurate information about flying. Yeah, I mean, this is just a hobby for me. This is just something I do that I enjoy. I don't want to, I don't think I'll ever be a commercial pilot in real life, so I'm not going to go that far, sort of thing. It's starting in January, flying aircraft as per SOPs. Nice. Fantastic, yeah. I'll definitely check that out, Flight Deck. I've made a note of your name there, so I'll definitely have a look at that. As I said, it'd be fantastic to see flight simulation from a professional perspective. Metro Sim Gamer, you're a pilot in real life as well. Nice. Flies 777. Oh, I'm sure there's a lot of people who are jealous of that. It's awesome. So we've got two real pilots watching. Someone pretending to be a pilot. I'm glad you're here, guys. Thank you very much for choosing to spend your Saturday here with me. I'm bashing my desk and things are falling on the floor and it's all going wrong. Right, so guys, I do apologise, but it's kind of reaching the stage of the live stream where I need to go to the toilet. So I'm going to leave you for about 60 seconds. Don't worry, the plane's going to be fine. I think, I hope, maybe. Yeah, plane's going to be fine, so just sit back, relax, chill out, let Gina and the flight crew take care of everyone, and yeah, I will be back in 60 seconds. Yeah, so I'm trusting you with control of the plane. Cool, come back. Right, sorry about that, guys. As I said, nature calls. What can you do about it? Let's have a look here. Where's the plane? The plane's right in front of you, dear. Flight data sim. Cool. I appreciate that. I mean, I do know a fair bit, but as I said, like my kind of approach to flight simming is more basic, more simplistic to make it more accessible to people. Obviously, there's like nothing wrong with going into every single detail, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff to learn up there. So yeah, I mean, I take a more basic approach, but I mean, to be able to do my tutorials, like I study aviation and I try and understand it as best as I can. So, but yeah, I mean, as I said, I'm not sure if I'll ever do like fully procedures, but I am thinking of getting into pilot edge and stuff. So procedures might help there. Let's have a look here. Harshal, one does not have accurate speed information, puts thrust level to 100. How does it create plane crashes happen in the 21st century? If the aircraft is in a stall, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much throttle you have. If the aircraft is in a stall, it's not going to be producing lift. It's going to essentially fall out of the sky. I know there's an Air France flight that took off from Brazil heading to France that had that issue. Am I in Europe yet? Yeah, this is us. Well, yeah, we've always been in Europe. We're in the UK. Took off from the UK and we go to Poland. But yeah, we're coming over mainland. Mainland now. Right. I was going to do something. What was I going to do? Oh yeah, I was going to take a look at the... where was I? I was going to take a look at weather and charts and stuff for Krakow there. Krakow, John Paul II International Airport, named after Pope John Paul II, who was Polish, funnily enough. Right, so we are going to EPKK. We'll pick up our METAR as well. Oh no, I've put I typed in the wrong code, didn't I? EPKK and PKK. That will help. Yeah, there we go. That's why I was wondering why it wasn't bringing up the proper proper things there. So weather, we have winds 280 at 13 knots. I'm just making out. I'll check these a bit closer to the time, but just to kind of get it out of the way, I might just put in all the arrival information now. Scattered clouds, 2000 TCU. What's TCU? I'm guessing that's cumulonimbus, something cumulonimbus clouds. Broken at 2600, 14, 1016. Okay, so yeah, so it's very cloudy. Yikes! It wasn't too bad over there yesterday when I did the test flight. So yeah, so I'm just gonna try and start finding charts and stuff now. The thing is, I don't know if there's a Mapic. I couldn't find a Mapic chart yesterday. No, those are no. Air France 447, yeah, that's the one. Herschel, I am flying the Boeing 737-800 NG, or the 737 NGX by PMDG simulations. Nick Reese, you phoned this flight real life, so you thought you come on. Oh, nice, that's fantastic. Let's have a look here. Skysack, what does broken at X thousand feet mean? So broken means broken is cloud coverage. Towering cumulonimbus, fantastic. Thank you guys. Yeah, so broken is basically the cloud coverage. Cloud coverage in aviation is kind of if you imagine like a circle being broken into, I think it's 8 kind of segments. Overcast is imagining, like if you take a look around you into the sky and kind of divide the sky into like 8 chunks, I think it is. Overcast is when the sky is completely covered in 360 degrees in like clouds, so that's overcast. Scattered, I think, is maybe 6 to 4 kind of eighths, 6 to 4 segments, like 3/4 of the sky is kind of covered by clouds. Broken, I think, is about half of the sky is covered, and few clouds is about a quarter of the sky is covered by clouds. And the number is the altitude at which the clouds, or the bottom of the clouds are. I think it's the bottom of the clouds. So like if there were few clouds at 2,000 feet, then you would have maybe 25% of the sky would be covered by clouds, and those clouds are at 2,000 feet. That's my understanding of it. Towering cumulonimbus. Okay, so it's going to be very turbulent as we're coming into coming in now. Crafty boy, you're flying Bristol to Bergerac in real life in the summer. Nice. Yeah, so we're just we're plodding along nicely. So what was I going to do? I was looking for charts, wasn't I? So we're going to be taking runway 25, I believe. I mean, I'm not going to be following the charts perfectly. So yeah, so we've got Mapic 1G there. And yeah, it kind of essentially brings us into what's effectively a downwind leg for runway 25. Can't even find the airport there. Is that it there? Okay, that's good. Yeah, so we're going to be coming in through Mapic here, and then descending down. And then, yeah, that effectively brings us onto a downwind leg. So yeah, so this was a nice, relatively simple approach. We're going to be taking an ILS for 25. I think that's that one there. So yeah, so again, like because I'm a casual / lazy simmer, I'm not going to worry about dialing in proper minimums and stuff. I'm just gonna I'm probably gonna make our real pilots and watching the stream cry when I do the approach. Flight Dictator Sim, I do have a question for you, which you might be able to help me with. I have a lot of trouble slowing down this aircraft. Have you got any advice for like slowing down the plane? Like, do I need to take kind of like manually roll the speed down like earlier on, or considering that I'm flying offline and I don't have any ATC guidance, should I just take kind of manual? Well, when I say manual control of the speed, should I set the so I'd be changing the MCP manually as I'm coming down this sort of coming along this kind of approach here, because that's the main challenge that I've had flying this plane, is getting the thing slowed down enough in time. Let's have a look. What altitude do we need? I'm trying to. What's the transition? Transition altitude 6,500. We're starting the glide slopes at 3,000. Is that? We'll descend at 3,000. As our kind of initial descent altitude. See how that goes. Let's have a look here. Mackenzie Clark, you love my tutorials. Oh, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for those. Aim to turn final at 10 nautical miles at 3,000. No more than 2,000 knots. 200 knots. 2,000 knots. That would be something special, wouldn't it? Okay, cool. I'll try that then. I'll try and get myself slowed down along this kind of effective downwind here. Yeah, I've really struggled. Like, there's been times when I've been like coming onto the glide slope and I've been trying to slow down, but yeah, I've only got like flaps 5 out by the time I'm joining the glide slope. It's just like, oh god. This is like whack out the speed brakes and hope for the best. GMT and Zulu time is the same. Yeah. And UTC. You can add UTC to the list as well. Okay. Transition altitude, SkyCycle's transition altitude was 6,500 in the end. We're going to do an ILS landing. Yes, I will do. How much time till landing? Good question. So it says we're getting there at 11:55 Zulu, but I haven't dialed in the approach yet, so let me do that before I forget. So we'll go to questions arrivals, go to arrival, so it'll be an ILS for 25, and we're taking the mapping 1G. Do we take a transition or not? Was it K502? So KK502. 503. Where's KK502? Ah, 502 there. Yeah, we'll take it. I guess. I don't know. No. I'm not going to worry about constraints and checking the discontinuities on the legs page. Again, I'm a casual / lazy simmer. So then we go to descent, forecast, position altitude is that. Again, I'm not worrying about winds, lazy. It's a weekend, give me a break. Alright, in at ref. and yeah, I'm just gonna take the basic ones they give there. Although I found that the CDU seems to overestimate the approach speed, so yeah. Right, so okay, so that's all the approach information dialed in. Let's come back to that. So we should be touching down in about 1 hour 15 minutes. Top of descent is going to be just under an hour. Top of descent is going to be about 52 minutes. I can't maths today. We're landing in about an hour and 15 minutes. Let's have a look here. Cadets doing a type rating struggle with descent management for the first few 100 hours, yeah. I mean, I struggle with this as well. Like yesterday, I had to throw out speed brakes to increase my rate of descent yesterday. So me too. How do I zoom? I hold down the space bar and then just roll the mouse wheel back and forth to zoom. That's how I'm moving the view as well there. KFC Turbo. Yes, Octas. There you go. That's what I was trying to explain. What will happen if one applies reverse thrust in mid-air? I don't know. I don't think. I would hope that it's impossible to do that, but I would imagine that you'd probably rip off the back half of the engine cover, amongst other things. Me too. How to get the altitude right? Primary flight displays in meters. There'll just be an option here to. I don't know. Yeah, there's a button on the here, so you can display either meters or feet. So it should just be a button there that you can press to change the primary flight display. Deru, welcome back. How's it going? Carl, what's my rig? Oh yeah, someone was asking for PC specs. Let me throw that up on the screen just now. There you go. So that's my PC specs there. Me too. Your stock 77 is meters. You might be able to go into the CDU then and change the options. If we go into like menu, if you hit the menu button and go into PMDG setup, and then it'll either be an aircraft or options. You should be able to set. I mean, I don't know the options fully myself, but it'll most likely be in there. You should be able to change between feet and meters in here somewhere. And equipment. So it might just be a setting in here that you need to just change. The best thing to do would be to jump onto the PMDG forums, because someone might have had an issue there, and they might be able to advise. Nice rig, thanks. Yeah, I built it myself a couple of years ago now, 2 or 3 years ago now. Yeah, but that's a full custom build there. Yeah, I had like a whole kind of ideology behind the build, and that was that I wanted something that was powerful but quiet. That's why I've got that type of case and stuff. Because it's that, like the fractal design case is actually got like foam padding inside of it to like dampen down the noise of any fans and stuff inside of it. Because I knew that I wanted to start recording videos and doing things on YouTube. So having a computer which didn't sound like a jet engine sitting next to me was imperative. Daru, why did I choose to fly from England to Poland? I usually start in Britain somewhere because it's kind of my home country. But Poland's a location I haven't flown to before. So I got hiccups. Yeah, it's a location that I've not flown to before. So it's a relatively short flight. So I thought, yeah, it would be nice to kind of get back into streaming. Because I'm kind of using the stream as an opportunity to learn this aircraft in bits and pieces. So yeah. Ritu, thanks very much for coming along. I hope we answered your questions there. Just chose to fly to Poland because I've not flown there yet before in a simulator, and I'm flying this aircraft because, as I said earlier, because I'm trying to learn it and I'm trying to. I'm gonna try and do some tutorials on it in the future, but I've got a lot to learn before I try that. Let's have a look here. How many minutes to land? About 1 hour, 10 minutes. Yeah, we're due to land at 1200 Zulu, and it's currently 10:52, so just over an hour. Am I from the southwest? I have a very southwest accent. No, I'm from the opposite side. I'm from the northeast. I'm from the Scottish Highlands originally. But my accent is a like complete mashup of different things. Because I was born and raised in the Scottish Highlands. Yet all of my family are Londoners, so I've kind of got like a mix of Scotland and London. And yeah, it's just a bit weird, my accent really. Is this FSX edition? Yes, it is. What time is it? Where I am, it is as TIP said, 11:54. Lunchtime. I'm hungry. I'm starving. I'm exercising and I need food. I'm really hungry. Florian, your FSX will not open on your Windows PC. If you've got any technical issues, I would recommend speaking to the developer. Because they'll be able to provide some tech support on the game if it's not working. Obviously, accent derived with Michael Larry. Yeah, I do watch a lot of obviously American films and stuff as well, and a lot of American comics and comedians and stuff. So I might be picking up a little bit of that as well. Yeah, when me and Snay play games together, we do a lot of accents. Like we do a lot of Italian, New Yorker. Do a little bit of New York accent every now and then. KFC Turbo, did I used to fly at Panshanger Aerodrome? No, I didn't. Yeah, Snay, did you ever finish that safe house mission in Payday 2? Oh yeah, also Snay, while I know that you're watching, we got 30 degrees here in London today. 30 degrees. We're catching up. We're getting there. Is the graphics of Steam Edition okay in terms of realism? The graphics, compared to new flight simulators, the graphics are really bad. but FSX is a 10-year-old game. It was designed and developed 10 years ago when we didn't have 64-bit operating systems, we didn't have multi-core processors, and FSX is still the king of flight simulators. So, you know, I mean, the graphics are alright. Yeah, the graphics are alright, but be aware that FSX, even FSX Steam Edition, even though it's been updated for Steam, it's still heavily based on a game or a simulator which was designed and developed over 10 years ago. So yeah. UMP say show off for Sentinel 32. Ooh, almost beating you. Have I ever tried X-Plane 10? Not really though. I do have X-Plane 11. I do need to play some more X-Plane 11. Ritu, can I give you a list of the add-ons that I use for graphics? The main ones. I mean, this aircraft. This is an add-on aircraft that I'm flying. This is the PMDG 737NGX. For Rain, can you have an external view? Of course, you can have an external view. So this is the PMDG 737NGX, and the livery that I've got, you can download through the PMDG software that comes with the plane. You can just download different liveries and bits and pieces. The sky and the clouds and the environment are an add-on called Real Environment Extreme, or REX for short. And the version of that software that I've got is REX Essentials 4, or REX 4 Essentials. So that kind of just gives the sky slightly different kind of shading. It gives you new cloud textures. It gives you also new runway textures and ground markings as well. So I use that. Yeah, and the ground itself, I think I'm using an add-on called UTX, or Unreal Terrain X, and that just gives the ground a bit more definition, a bit more detail. But I'm not sure if it's working properly because I bought UTX for the boxed edition of FSX and not FSX Steam Edition, so I'm not sure if it's working properly with FSX Steam Edition. Let's have a look here. Alright, Adam, no worries. Does anyone know when the new FSX is coming out? Well, technically it is out already. So the new FSX is by Dovetail Games and it's called FSW, which is short for Flight Sim World. However, the game is in early access, so it's not a fully fledged simulator yet. But that is touted as being the new FSX. I do have a couple of videos on Flight Sim World, or FSW, on my channel, so you can feel free to check those out if you wish, and make up your own mind on what you think of it. But yeah, I mean, if you're looking at, you have an add-on called Prepared, or P3D. That's sort of an evolution of FSX as well. Both Prepared and Flight Sim World are based off the game engine that FSX was built on, so they both use the same kind of type of physics. They both look similar. They have like the same kind of constraints in the game engine, so it might be worth looking at those two sims. Better realism and flight dynamics, P3D or X-Plane 11. I believe X-Plane has better flight dynamics. I think it's Severin, I think that's how you pronounce the name. When you played X-Plane 10 it was slow and had bad graphics. Yeah, I mean, X-Plane 11 is definitely a step up from X-Plane 10. So yeah, you obviously just realised you're flying RyanAir, wait for the landing. I'm a good pilot. My approaches are bad, but my landings are usually really good. That said, I'm going to be landing in a pretty bad storm by the looks of it. Yeah, I mean, X-Plane 11 is definitely a step up from X-Plane 10, and I personally like the scenery. One of the benefits of X-Plane 11 is that the scenery is realistic in the sense that like roads and railway lines are where they are in real life. So you can use roads for navigation and stuff. Night lighting in X-Plane is a lot better than FSX or prepared, in my opinion, or Flight Sim World even for that matter. So yeah, I like X-Plane a lot. I just I need to put some serious time into it to get the hang of it, really. Daru Ma. Okay, sorry. Daru MA, is it? I'm just going to call you Daru. How much fuel do I have? I have 5.2 tons. Approximately. Still got plenty of fuel. I know, Snake, I know. Dave Cross, welcome, how's it going? Once the wish you're flying me somewhere, got superb weather in the UK. Yep, we do, yeah. It's almost Greek weather. It's very close to being Greek weather in the UK just now. 30 degrees in London. So yeah, we're doing alright. Fat Joe Games, hello, welcome, how's it going? And Tyler, welcome, how's it going, guys? Or girls. We don't discriminate here. Never mind. What's the in-flight meal today? The in-flight meal today is bottles of Polish vodka. Polish vodka. So yeah. Well, actually, because we're flying RyanAir, it's going to cost extra if you want me to land. Yeah, you're going to have to pay me like £20 each if you want me to actually land. God, my voice, I haven't streamed for ages and my voice is suffering. Is it necessary to have fuel in the middle? No, it's actually better to have fuel in the wings more than anything else. So, yeah, so usually, naturally, the plane will just drain fuel out of the centre tank first anyway. I believe it's better to have fuel in the wings rather than anywhere else. Daru, have I streamed much? Yeah, I stream every now and again. Yeah, I mean, it's annoying because I love streaming, but I don't want to because I know how frustrating it is watching my streams and how low the quality is just now. Until I get myself into out of my the family that I'm staying with and get into my own flat again. The streams are going to be bad quality, and I don't want to be putting out low quality streams. It's frustrating. But I do like to stream every now and then. Anyway, Severin, is the 911 in my channel reference to 911 or police? It's police. Yeah, I came up with the name before 911. A lot of people go, do for 911, 911, and he flies planes, get it? And it's just like, no, that's not where the name came from. I came up with the name before 9/11 occurred. I came up with the gamer tag playing SWAT 3 way back when. That's where the name originally came from. Daru, I'm not sure what you're trying to say there, but asking what I like there, but yeah. If you buy a perfume pack for the stewardess, are you going to land? Yes, yeah, if you buy a perfume pack. Although if you flirt with my stewardess, I'm gonna throw you in the engine. Quality is perfect. No, the quality. No, I want to be streaming. I want to be streaming 720 at least. I can't stream with a good enough internet. Like when I first started streaming Flight Sim, I used to stream at 720, but it's just this like. But I had a fiber internet connection then, with a much faster upload speed. I think I was up to 3 meg upload. However, there was like a bandwidth, like there was like throttling and stuff. So I tried streaming at 1080p, but I hit like an upload bandwidth limit. So yeah, Virgin Media slowed down my upload speed. Yeah, I mean, I want to be streaming at 720 at a minimum, but with this internet connection, this is only an ADSL connection, which is a lot slower, and the upload speed is really bad. So yeah, that's why I'm kind of limited. The best quality stream that I can do whilst keeping the stream nice and smooth and steady is 720. So yeah, there you go. There's my co-pilot. Would I ever consider becoming a real pilot? Yeah, I mean, I do. Well, I intend to become. I intend to earn my PPL if I can ever afford to do one. So that will allow me to fly little propeller planes. And yeah, I'd love to get my PPL and learn to fly propeller planes, and even go beyond that and get like a night rating and get an instrument rating. But I don't think I would ever become a commercial pilot and fly planes like this. I think I'm too old to become a commercial pilot now anyway. Because I know that like I know that you can get like sponsorship kind of programs or kind of scholarships to become a commercial pilot, but you need to be starting like when you were a teenager, and I think I'm too old now. I'm 28 now, so I'm probably too old to get into that. EML coasters, just go back into Flight Sims. Any websites you recommend with routes which are realistic as possible? Yes, I would recommend simbrief.com. Hang on, I can bring it up here actually. Yeah, simbrief.com. This is the website I use, and this is it's free. You do need to create an account to use it, but it is completely free. And yeah, this is the most realistic. And once you've entered in details of the flight, it gives you like a full kind of this. I don't know if this is like a dispatch documents. I don't know what the correct technical term for that is, but you can see it gives you like a full kind of detailed kind of dispatch document there. So it gives you details about the aircraft, like the flight number, departure, arrival, engine type, aircraft type, engine type, dates, and it goes on and gives you all like details about fuel and the flight routes there, and times and stuff, and lots of more stuff and more. So yeah, simbrief.com is definitely a good website for it. Is the bleed air system on the on if the APU is turned on? If the bleed air is on, the APU must be turned on as well. Not necessarily, because you can take bleed air from running engines as well. But if you're going to start the engines using bleed air, you do need the APU to be running. Hacker, welcome. How's it going? Daru, no problem at all. That's why I do these live streams, is so I can like talk to you guys and ask questions and explain things in bits and pieces. So you is welcomes. Well, so the quality is good, but sometimes it lags a bit. Yeah, I mean it looks like it's nice and smooth on my end. Like I'm not seeing many errors or issues popping up on my side, yeah, unfortunately, this is the best I can do with what I have. I don't like it. Social virus, how long to travel? We're going to be down in 50 minutes. Top of descent won't be too much longer. Yeah, we'll be hitting the top of descent in about half an hour time, landing in about 50 minutes. KFC Turbo, not too old for a PPL sponsorship. Not for a PPL sponsorship. I mean for like commercial license. Like a PPL costs maybe anywhere between like 6 and 10 grand in the UK. But to go and study for a commercial license and to go to like a commercial flight school, you're looking at 70, 80, 90,000 pounds. So yeah. Yeah, and as I said, like airlines do kind of sponsor you, and there are kind of companies that will kind of give you like a loan to go and do commercial flight training. But it's kind of like a college or a university loan. You're gonna, once you get a job as a pilot, you're gonna, you know, spend many years paying that back. So yeah, I mean, and obviously, you know, the earlier or the younger they do that, then kind of the more years and the more time, the more kind of they get for their money, so to speak, if you're a pilot for a longer time. Daru, have I ever watched Air Force Proud? I've seen a couple of his videos. I don't watch him regularly though. Stream is fine, better and smaller than a large. Yeah, that'd be true. Adam, you're on top of good. Flight Deck is there explaining airspeed and stuff. Yeah, so we're currently flying along at Mach 7.92 if anyone's interested. Yeah, so yeah, if we have a look at the airspeeds here, so we're only flying at 268.5 knots, but given the you know, that's given like as Flight Deck has said, like air density and bits and pieces. So our actual speed at this altitude is Mach 0.792. Nicola, why 911? 911, hang on. Isabella, permission to go on board. Yeah, permission granted, Isabella. Nicola, the 911, yeah, so someone asked this earlier. Yeah, it's not, like, a lot of people, like, mistake it as a reference to 9/11, and it's not. You know, people see me flying a plane and go, oh, he's got 911 in his name, 9/11, get it, he's flying planes, funny. That's not the case, I came up with the name Do for 911 before 9/11 took place. I came up with the name originally when I was playing SWAT 3. I think SWAT 3 was the first ever multiplayer game that I played online. Yeah, I remember playing SWAT 3 with my dad. That was the first game I ever played online, and I came up with the kind of the, because in SWAT you always like had like all of the officers had like their own kind of like code names or stuff. Yeah, I came up with Doofer because I thought it would be just like a funny name that would make people laugh when they saw it or read it. So I came up with Doofer, and then because I was like young, I was only a teenager, I was young and stupid. It was kind of like when the original Xbox was coming out, and it was kind of like cool to put numbers into your name as well. So like you'd have like, you know, I don't know, like Sharpshooter 89 or something like that. And I just thought 911 being the like emergency services number was cool. Because also to do with SWAT, I was also watching a film called SWAT with Samuel L. Jackson, Colin Farrell, Michelle Rodriguez. So I was watching that film around that same time as well. And I just thought, yeah, 911, that's kind of a cool number, so I kind of put the two together and came up with different 911. Beast, is that Soft Clouds? No, this is Rex Essentials. So it's made by the same company, but it's not Soft Clouds. It's this is Rex Essentials that I'm using. I'm trying to like catch up with this airspeed discussion there. Let's have a look here. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, it's probably been said in the chat already, but yeah, like indicated airspeed is the speed at which the air is hitting the plane. Your true airspeed, it's weird because what you got to try and think of is imagine like the plane is imagine you got your plane and it's moving through the air, so your indicated airspeed is the speed at which the air is hitting the plane. It's the speed at which the plane is passing through the air. However, you've also got to remember that that chunk of air that the plane is in is also moving over the ground. So your true airspeed or your ground speed takes into account the speed that the plane is travelling through the air, and it also takes into account how that kind of block of air around the plane is moving. So if you imagine that the plane is flying at, let's say, 100 knots in this direction, but the air is moving 20 knots in that direction, then your net result is you're going to be travelling at 80 knots in that direction. You've got the plane moving forward at 100 knots, but it's being slowed down by 20 knots worth of wind. Conversely, if the plane is travelling in this direction and the wind is blowing in this direction by 20 knots, then the plane has got a true airspeed of, well, not a true airspeed, that's going to be inaccurate, but imagine it's got an airspeed of 120 knots, because the plane is moving at 100 knots through the air, but the air is also moving in this direction at 20 knots, this whole chunk of air around the plane, so it travels faster. And again, like true airspeed, that's a basic explanation. True airspeed also increases by, I think it's about 2 knots for every 1,000 feet. So if you're flying at 100 knots at ground level, then you're flying at 100 knots. If you're flying at 100 knots indicated airspeed at 1,000 feet, that'll actually be 102 knots true airspeed, because the air is slightly thinner. And then if you're at 2,000 feet, it would be 104 knots true airspeed, even though you're flying at 100 knots indicated, and things like that. So it is a bit tricky, but yeah. Sorry, I missed a few comments there. Nicola, from shooting to flying. Anything else already? No, I'm still shooting. Don't worry. I'm playing a lot of Counter-Strike, and I play a lot of Counter-Strike. I play a lot of Payday 2 with my man here in Peace there. We used to play a lot of Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 together. Yeah, FPS games are still one of my favourite games. I haven't let that go. So yeah. Yeah, me and Snay, we are brothers on the battlefield. Daru is leaving. No worries, Daru. Thank you very much for coming along and asking questions and being interactive there. Let's have a look here. Counter-Strike 1.6 or Global Offensive? Global Offensive. Counter-Strike is such a frustrating game for me though, because I'm a gold Nova 1 at the moment. The best I've ever got up to is gold Nova 3, but I know that I can play at one of the top 3 ranks. I have the skill and the game sense and the awareness to play at I can't remember what the higher ranks are apart from Global Elite, but I am very my actual FPS skill is really good, but the game kind of just farted me into the high silver ranks when I first started, and I just cannot break out of it because of silly teammates. You know, like I'll be sneaking through the map, I'll be walking or I'll be crouching through the map to get into a very advantageous position, and then the teammate will just come bounding, like come running past, footsteps and all, going, "Oh hi, what are you doing here?" sort of thing, and I'm like, I'm sat on my computer thinking, I know there's someone on the other side of this doorway. He doesn't know I'm here, but you've just run up to me and thrown a grenade, so now he knows that you're here, so he expects someone to be in this position where two of us are now stood. It's just like, just game sense. It's just poor teammates. Just it's traumatic. Playing Counter-Strike at that level is traumatic because I can play so much better. I know I can play so much better. Anyway, sorry, I've ran over. TT, did anyone download Payday a few days? Yeah, we did. Yeah, me and Snake got Payday too. Could you explain what's the use of setting the course on the autopilot panel? I believe it's just to kind of assist with navigation and kind of cross-checking your position, really. Pardon me. No, Snake. No, the thing is, Snake, you right, Snake always beats himself up because he reckons he's a bad player. He's not. Maybe skill, like maybe gun skills, Snake, with respect, your gun skills do need a bit of work, but you are so good at giving information, calling out stuff, and figuring out what the enemy are doing. And it's because Snake is so good at saying, right, you've got two guys here, one over there, he's got an AWP, he's got a rifle, or he's got, smoke, or he's smoked this, or he's done that. Like, because Snake is constantly talking, like, and shouting out what everyone is doing, that gives me the opportunity to play at my best, because I know, okay, if I know that he's on this site and he's in that position, then if I throw a smoke there, or if I can flash around that corner, I can get him. I trust Snake because he always gives me accurate information that I can use to play at my best. You just need a little bit more work on your gun skills, mate, and you'll be there. Sorry, Vince Mass, any thoughts on the soon-to-be released quality things? Yes, I'm really looking forward to it. I really can't wait to see what it looks like. Yeah, it looks like it's good, and I probably will pick it up when it's available. But I'm really excited to see what it's like. Nicola, you know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's just silly teammates. And like, if you're gonna buy an expensive weapon like an AWP, know how to use it. Like the number of times it's the joke. Me and Snake always make the joke yeah, it was always like, especially with players in Europe. Like, you'll finish off a round and you'll just be I'll just go for there's been times where I've done like a 3 versus 1 clutch and I've defused the bomb and I'm just like, yeah, that was good. And then Snake's like a good cheerleader as well, so it's like, damn, good play and stuff. And then just out of nowhere you just hear some kid go, AVP, AVP, pick up the AVP, and it's just like, oh, fine. So I'll throw away my good weapon, like my AK or whatever, and pick up an AVP, give it to that player, and then they just and I'll inevitably die the next round, and then the person with the AWP is left, and then they come down to like a one-on-one situation. They can see the enemy, they take a shot, bang, miss, take a shot, bang, miss, take a shot, bang, miss, take a shot. That's just seriously, I sacrificed my good gun for that. It's just, anyway, sorry, I'm getting off topic here. Let's have a look here. FlyX, welcome, how's it going? MK Gaming, I'm not going to be doing a Barrel Roll Trebor. I am not starting streams later on in the day because it's Saturday and I've got things that I want to do on Saturday. Flight Deck Sim, explaining exactly why I don't play Counter Strike anymore. Yeah, the thing is, me and Snay, we really love that cooperative, competitive gameplay. It's like it's addictive to us, so we can't really drop it. Is this FSX with mods? Yes, it is. What ranks am I? I'm gold over 1. The best I've got is gold over 3, but I could easily play at a higher level. Hang on, let's see. I can't remember the names of the ranks, but I've played a game with another kind of guy that I used to game with. I've played games with LEMs and LEs, and I held my own. I was the top of my team when I was playing with a bunch of LEMs and LEs. So I know, like as I said, I know that my my skill level and my understanding of first-person shooters is good enough. Is in the top maybe 5% of games, but it's just because I'm playing with inexperienced people or people who don't understand maybe the subtleties of an FPS game. It's frustrating, and like, and playing in Europe as well is painful because of the wide diversity of languages. Like, me and Snay will be speaking English to each other, but then we'll have like maybe some Polish players or some Russian players or Spanish players or Turkish players, and and then like if they're like teenagers or kids, they get frustrated really easily when you don't do something. Like if I've got a sniper and I miss a shot, they go, "Oh, you suck," and then I go, "Really? I'm top of the team and you're saying that I suck because I missed one shot?" And then like you get like that kind of conflict within the team, and then it all falls apart, and it's just. But it's that competitive, cooperative thing that me and Snake we just love. So yeah. I mean, realistically, yeah, I'd say I'm a Legendary Eagle skill level. But I'm just kind of stuck in the trenches at the moment. When will I land? I'll be landing in about half an hour's time. Top of descent is not too far away, maybe 10 minutes now. Let's have a look here. Can I read the actual ground speed? Our actual, well, I don't know what our actual ground speed is. 494 knots. True airspeed is 464, which is Mach 0.792. So ground speed's just there, and then true airspeed there. Have I tried Explain 11? Yes, I've got Explain 11. Yeah, I do like Explain 11. I haven't spent enough time with it though. I need to gain more experience with it. Hang on, where's top of descent? Top of descent is in about 10 minutes time, so I'm gonna just put a bit of diversity, do a different camera there. That thing, choose a server location. Yeah, we could do. But then I think one of us will get stung with the ping if we do that. Oops. Hey there, if you've got any technical issues, you'll need to speak to Lockheed Martin tech support for that. I don't have prepared myself, so I can't help, I'm afraid. You need to contact Lockheed Martin tech support for that. So yeah, we are just about to start our descent in a few minutes' time. good. Let's have a look here. Can you get some more vodka before we crash? I don't know. We might need it for fuel for the engines. Big Al, welcome. How's it going? Good to see you back. And Tylex as well. Welcome back. And Aiden. Everyone's coming back now. I've noticed that like a lot of people will stick around for the start of the stream, and then yeah, they always seem to come back for the descent and landing. You can see like when I'm watching them, like you see on the graph, like a bunch of people will come and then they'll kind of trail off in the middle and come back for the landing. How long is flight time to a destination? Half an hour. Yeah, we'll be starting descent in about 10 minutes time. Oh, question tired. So yeah, hopefully I don't have any audio issues and we come down nicely there. Level 5, what's my assessment of Ace Combat 6? I don't know, I'm afraid. I haven't played that game. FlyX, there's only Tupolovs that run on vodka. No, not necessarily. I mean, the Poles do a mean vodka, so... yeah, I mean, Polish vodka, I've seen Polish vodka, which is like 60, 70, 80% alcohol. You know, you just smell it and you go blind, sort of thing. So, what do we need to remember for the landing? The landing gear would be a good start, wouldn't it? CFM or IAE engine. This is a CFM in this aircraft. I don't know. Do you get IAE engines in the PMDG? I'm not sure. Right, so just having a look at the descent procedure just now, because there's going to be a few steps and bits and pieces that we'll need to do, such as resetting the MCP altitude and setting in minimums and bits and pieces. Yeah. Seatbelt size, yep. The thing is, we can lose quite a lot of altitude before we turn on the seatbelt signs. Usually the seatbelt signs come on at about 10,000 feet. So yeah, we can start the descent without having to turn on the signs. So don't mind me, I'm just stretching my muscles out. I can't wait to go out for a walk in my local park and see all the personal trainers training people. Doing awful exercises. Seatbelt signs, yeah. I mean, because we're flying RyanAir, you actually have to pay extra for the seatbelt sign light bulbs. So, yeah, so you have to pay £1 for the seatbelt sign light bulb, and then you have to pay a tenner for the seatbelt itself with RyanAir. No, I'm staying. No, Jean is staying in here with me. I'll let the other stewards. Like Alfonso and Ricardo, they can look after the cabin for me. Jean is staying with me. Seatbelt's going at 15,000 feet. Ah, okay. That's a real world thing I didn't know. I always thought it was 10,000 feet because in a lot of like the well, certainly in flight sim, a lot of like the sort of kind of procedure guides and checklists always talk about when you're passing through 10,000 feet. So, okay. I'll try and remember to turn them on at 15,000 then. Is that common across a lot of airlines? Do you know? Because that would be good. Because when I'm flying for real, I suffer from aerosinitis, and I absolutely freak out when I'm going through the descent. So if I could work out how high we are when the seatbelt signs go on, then that'd be really good, because I suffer from aerosinitis, which is the most agonizing thing ever. Then knowing when airlines turn on the seatbelt signs would be quite good, because then I can work out how far it is to landing and stuff. Does that mean you actually get a seat with RyanAir? No, we've got like wooden benches just along the sides. 10,000 feet is when the star cockpits are okay. I'm going to do a Kitech approach tutorial, maybe. Goes on 10,000 feet. Okay, cool. Right, so I'm going to start dialing down the range a little bit. So, because I'm flying offline and stuff, air traffic control are not going to be giving me any clearance to descend. So, when we hit the top of descent, we're going to just start descending. Normally, because I'm a simple, basic, lazy flight simmer, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run the altitude down to 3,000 feet, which should be a good altitude to intercept the glide slope at, and we'll go from there, basically. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, I think I've worked out how to prevent aerosinitis from occurring, just by drinking a lot of water and by taking like decongestion, like flu tablets and stuff. But I'm sure if you're a pilot, you know of aerosinitis, or that kind of your sinuses feel like that pressure feeling during descent, and as I suffer from it. It's the most excruciating pain I've ever experienced. So usually by that point usually when we're like halfway down the descent, I'm like gripping my hands, I'm sweating, like I'm breathing heavily, and I'm just like looking at the watch thinking, come on, just get down. But don't get down too quickly, because that's going to make my face feel like it's going to explode. It's just to kind of give myself a bit more, help myself relax and just calm down a bit, because I know how painful it is, I'm just there, just waiting for these like sharp shooting pains to start, shooting through my face and in my head and stuff. Trebor, I'm going to be landing. It's going to be quite an eventful landing, because we are looks like we're going down into quite some nasty weather in Poland. It's we've got towering cumulonimbus clouds. So yeah, it should be interesting. How do you increase frame rates when flying aerosoft so laggy fire? I haven't had too much trouble with it. Maybe drop one of your graphics settings might help. And the gold would say well, it's that thing. It's basically because as the air pressure, the cabin pressure changes as you're descending. Basically, when you're cruising, you've got low air pressure, so there's not as much kind of force on your body. But then when you start to descending, the air pressure has to equalise to back down to ground level, so there's like more force pushing on your body, and like that kind of pushes into your sinuses and stuff. But if your sinuses are blocked, basically I don't know the exact how it works, but basically something's happening to your sinuses, like inside your head, and like it's like the air pressure is literally crushing your sinuses, and it's just damn. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just horrible. Like the way I describe it is, it's like having, for me it starts off like, it's like someone driving a long nail, like a nail that like you would use to prop up, you know, to put like wooden beams together. It's like someone driving one of those up through your teeth, up into your eyeball, up through the top of your eyeball and into your head. That's what it feels like when I've had it. I'm sure I burst a blood vessel last time I had it as well, when I was flying on the Flybe, flying into London City Airport. I'm sure I heard something pop, like a blood vessel or something pop in the top of my head up here, and I had like had a migraine for like 2 days afterwards. It's not fun, really not fun. MD, hello from Dubai, welcome, wow. Have you ever tried VATSIM? I've tried it and I don't like it. I've had VATSIM users berate me on my channel ages and ages ago now, but I don't, I don't find the VATSIM at all. 787 has lower cabin altitude, carbon control structure. Yeah, that's one benefit with these new aircraft is the cabin pressure is lower, so it doesn't tire you out as much. Smaller planes can maintain air pressure a lot easier. Like private jets, for example, have low cabin altitudes. Like they only go up to about maybe 5,000 feet maximum, because they're a smaller plane. You don't have to pressurize them as much. I know private jets have good pressurization systems on them. Blame the Dash 8. Yeah, I mean the Dash 8 was brutal. Like, cause I don't know what it was, but like it felt like they just kind of like opened the valves all of a sudden. Like it feels like it just holds the pressure, and then they just kind of go, oh yeah, we're descending, we should maybe equalize the pressure a little bit, and then they just open the valves, and because I remember feeling it in the Dash 8. Like I remember I was just like, okay, this isn't too bad. Like this is when I was going up to Scotland in the Dash 8, and then I was fine. I didn't suffer, but I was just like, oh, I'm good. We're up about 5,000 feet. I haven't felt any pressure or no pain. I think I've made it. I think I've done most of the descent without the pressure. And then all of a sudden you just hear these like air conditionings, and then just feel the pressure like in my nose, and like I can feel like my sinuses like being pushed open, and like feel all my like nasal tubes just expanding and stretching. It's just like, oh, what's going on? It's weird. Am I using the P3D or FSX? I'm using FSX. No one can afford private jets. Elon Musk can. So can you, FlyX. How do I do a VOR landing? VOR landing is pretty much to get lined up with the runway, it's pretty much the same as ILS. However, you're going to have to use your distance measuring equipment and manually descend. So at like 6 miles, you need to be at a certain altitude. At 5 miles, at a certain altitude, and so on and so forth. So a VOR landing gives you lateral guidance, so that gets you lined up with the runway. But as for your vertical guidance, being at the right height at any given time, is a little bit more tricky. Oh, sugar, I've missed a few bits and pieces. Okay. Alright, course. I can't remember what the course is. Doesn't matter. It's fine. It'll be fine, guys. Don't worry. It'll be fine. Minimum is something we can dial in. Again, because I'm a lazy simmer, I'm just going to go for radio minimums of 100 feet. I do know about like the ILS CAT systems and all that, but I'm being lazy. Navigation radius for approach, not going to worry about it. MCP course, not going to worry about it. Set the auto brake. Go to 2. Should be okay. Landing alts pressurization. Krakow is 791 feet, so set it to 800. That'll do. Adam has landed. Good, well played. Can you play in multiplayer mode in P3D? No, because well, I don't know if P3D does have a multiplayer mode or not. I personally can't because I don't have P3D. So we are on our descent path, which is good. Yesterday we weren't, so plane is doing what it should be doing, which I'm happy about. Yeah, so it should be down in about 15 minutes or so. The inbound course now, that's what you see. I don't know what the inbound course is though. 253. Okay, let's just dial in. Maybe I should just dial in the radios as well, just to be on the absolute safe side. So we've got Krakow in front of us somewhere. Well, it doesn't look too bad in the sim, but Out of Skynex has a horrible thing of where it'll just kind of throw you into a cloud even though there isn't one in front of you, and like it'll just kind of like block out the screen. So we may get a crowd, we may get some poor visibility. Approach will work. Okay. I mean, if it all just goes wrong, I generally just disconnect the autopilot and manually fly it anyway, but it'll be alright. As I said, usually when I live stream, usually it's the approaches, which there's a lot of drama. I can land reasonably well. It's usually just the approaches where something goes wrong with the plane, turns a certain direction, or it doesn't, you know, it doesn't descend quick enough, or doesn't slow down quick enough, which might happen here. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I need to be mindful that I want to try and start slowing down sooner rather than later. So what I might do is I might take the speed manually, and we went past 15,000. Gina, get your seatbelt on, sweetie. Yeah, I might start slowing us down beforehand. Though I'm noticing the speed is dropping to 240 there, so I think we might be alright. Might be alright this time round. Yesterday I had a bit of drama, like I said, I couldn't slow down properly, but not sure. Let's see. Do I have the FSX Valkyrie add-on? No, I don't. I don't know what the Valkyrie add-on is. When you're landing, try pitch for speed and power for altitude. Is that applicable in a commercial jet though? Is that still applicable in the commercial jets? Because I know that's the kind of the technique for landing small aircraft, but I'm not sure if that's applicable in a commercial jetliner landing. What's the difference between IAS and TAS? Oh god. Well, this again. Indicated airspeed is the speed at which IAS, indicated airspeed, is the speed at which air is hitting the plane, and true airspeed is the speed of the plane over the ground, which takes into account wind conditions, your altitude and thinner air and stuff like that. So your true airspeed, generally speaking, is, well, depending on wind direction, your true airspeed is the most accurate. But your indicated airspeed is also important because that's the speed at which air is hitting the plane, which gives you, lift, which makes you fly. Okay, so that's 10,000 feet. So again, I'm not sure if this is probably not correct, but this is what the documents say to do. So passing 10,000, the fixed landing lights go on. We'll need to think about getting the barrel ref changed soon. Can I? Okay, so it seems I can't take control of the speed yet. Okay, so we're under 250, so that's a start. We've got a deceleration point up ahead. 3 waypoints away from there. Have I seen Top Gun? Of course I've seen Top Gun. I mean, I really like the flying scenes in Top Gun. The story, of course, is all fluffy. It's a romance, lovey-dovey. But some of like the actual like flying scenes are incredible. Like I remember there's a scene where a jet kind of threads the needle between two like pointy rocks, and it kind of goes in at a diagonal angle right between these two rocks, and he's only about like 10 feet. His wingtip's only about 10 feet off, smashing off the rock. It's like a really narrow, tight angle, and he kind of flies diagonally through it. It's just like incredible. And like sometimes you can see as well when the planes are going through their high G turns, even with the F-14s with the wings swept back. If you look at the wingtips, you can see as the planes pull through these turns, you can see the wingtips being curled upwards as with the force of the turn and everything. So it's I really like the flying sequences in Top Gun. The story is a bit whatever, but the actual like flying sequences and footage of aircraft flying is incredible. Right. I haven't watched Sully. No, I haven't watched Sully actually. I do want to watch it though. And I do want to start slowing down plane. Well, the good thing is we're on our vertical guidance path, so that's all running as expected. So hopefully the plane will slow down nicely, it'll behave itself, it'll do what I want it to do. And hopefully the weather... That's the point, maybe I should check the METAR for Krakow just to make sure that the weather hasn't changed all that much. Winds 290 at 17, 1016, okay. Okay, so the plane is now slowing down to 220 knots. Still above the flaps up speed, according to this. I want it to be good. I want to start getting the flaps out now. Preferably. You're watching this GPS background, nice. We've got Noppy, long time no see, man. How's it going? So flick over to local pressure now. Been a while since you've seen the stream. It's been a while since I've done the stream, that's why. Okay, so we've got a second deceleration point up ahead. So we're under the glide slope. I think I should I be activating the approach now? Activate the approach there. Number 2. We select flat 1, push speed into speed to take control of the speeds. I want to do it now. We do have another deceleration point up ahead, but I want to do it now. I'm anxious. Did I fly over Warsaw? I'm not sure if I did or not. Okay, we are under the glide slope, so I think we'll be able to slow down okay here. Use vertical speed to fly into ILS. I think we're okay. Yeah, so the speeds come down. Okay, so we should be leveling off at 3,000 feet shortly. Hopefully. I want to put the flaps out before it reaches the speed tape marker. Yeah, okay. Speed, intervention, slow down. Now. So I got nervous, I had to put the flaps out there. Yeah, I want to get down to 3,000, so we have like a period where we level off. That should help me slow down just before we intercept the glide slope and come back down again. I just want a quick little period where we level off. I just want to slow down, man. All throttles freaking out at me for some reason. See, this is what I mean, like, approaches are always really nerve-wracking for me. Get down, level off, level off. Go flaps 2. Don't forget the gear this time, I'll try not to, don't worry. So autopilot B, do you want to work? See, I'm turning on autopilot B, but it keeps turning itself off. I don't know why it does that. I'll bring the speed down a bit further. Glide slope has been intercepted. That's in flaps 5, so we'll go flaps 10. VREF is 143. Guess you want to land the gear now? See what I mean? Approaches are always, there's always drama with the approaches when I fly. push CMD again now. It's alright, I'm going to do a manual landing. And we'll go down to flaps 40. Right, so we got, oh god, landing gear is down, speed brake is armed, landing lights will come on, that'll be helpful. Okay. Right. 3 greens. Right, so I'm gonna take off auto throttle, take off that, and now I'm flying. This could be fun.
1,000.
Move that out of the way a tiny bit. Okay. I need to like reach across my desk to reach my joystick controls on my throttle here. This wind's really pushing me to the left here. Not quite holding the VREF speed, but it's alright for now. Oh yeah, we don't have any puppy lights here. That's strange. I'm gonna have to do a I'm gonna have to do a kick out here because of this crosswind.
Plus 100. Minimums. 50. 40. 30. 20.
Go in idle. Bit left
10.
rudder. Oh, there you go, there you go. And we're down. And just for snare, I'll put the nose wheel down gently. Not going to worry about reverse thrust. We're down. Okay, I'll just tap the brakes, disable the auto brake there. What do you think? How was it? I know I floated out. I always seem to float the plane. And I don't mind floating it as long as it means a gentle touchdown. It was alright. Tiny bit of drama, just a little smidge of drama. But yeah, we got there. We got there. Yeah, that crosswind was throwing me off as well, because I was thinking like I had to do left rudder and then drop the right wing as well, just to account for that crosswind there. But yeah, we're down. So now this is what I don't know what to do. So speed brake can go down, APU can be started, probe heat switches apparently come off. Can you slow down please? Get the flaps up all the way as well. All brake can come off. Now, interestingly enough, we don't have like a terminal building here at Krakow, so I'm just going to find kind of the parking area, and we'll go there. I do know that I do need to turn off the strobe lights as well. Let me just grab that. Weather radar can come off now as well. Flaps are up. Transponder can also come off. This way. There we go.
TCAS test. Pass.
Landing lights, good shout. Good taxi light on. Accidentally hit the TCAS test there as well. That's alright. It happens. One thing I do like about the PMDG planes is it's got a very satisfying touchdown sound when your main landing gear touchdown. That's one of the things I really like about the 747 as well. Is there's like a really satisfying kind of thud when you touch down. So yeah, yeah, I think that's everything there. Exterior lights off, of course. Yeah. It's strange because when I just came off the runway there, my throttles were idling at 30% N1, which is too high. I was wondering why I kept accelerating quickly. We were down. Yeah, I'm proud of that. Don't know, the shortest flight in the world is 45 seconds. Yeah, I hold the record for the shortest commercial flight in the world. In the Airbus A320. No, 318 it was. Right, go ahead. So we're just going to turn to the right here. Because there's no terminal here at Krakow, I'm just going to turn into the right here and park up. Again, like, I haven't really fully learned the proper shutdown and secure procedures yet, so do bear with me. I do know that we do have professionals in the chat now. Oh, come on, slow down too much. Oh, bad taxiing form here. So, parking brake comes on, APU generator, got APU lights, so that can come on. Engines go to cut off. Seatbelt signs go off. Anti-collision lights can come off. Fuel pumps, oops, will come off. I'm going to leave the forward left one on for the APU for now. The engine hydraulics stay on, electric hydraulics go off. So it's that one and that one. Packs stay in auto. I think that's it. I think that's it. I don't know if that shutdown was proper or not, but that's as much as I'm going to do. That is me, hands off the flight. God, here we go. Right, that was good, that was alright. That was a good touchdown. Floated it, as I usually do, but I would rather float the plane than have a hard touchdown. There's a tiny, it's a little bit tricky there with the crosswind as well. Should read about ground effect. Yeah, I think that's what catches me off with this, is it might be that this model's ground effect really well. So yeah. Ryan Hawk, hope you're not late. I think you are. I've just landed and this is pretty much the end of the stream coming up now. Paradise Play, what's the start of the vid? I had to go and sold landing. No, right. Thank you very much for coming back. Can you fly a heli in FSX now? I can't do it now, but I'm going to be looking at doing some helicopter tutorials soon. Edward S, is Gina still a flight attendant? Absolutely she is. Of course she is. She's the best attendant there is. Big Al, $10. Thank you very much, Big Al. That's very kind of you. I really appreciate it. There's an approach logic that keeps you idle at high speeds in case we go around so spin off. Ah, okay. Let me just catch up with comments here. I mean, Ryan, my live stream will be on the video on the channel as a video on demand later on, so you can watch it then. It should be up in a few hours' time once YouTube's done all its processing bits and pieces. Have you ever been to Poland? No, I haven't. The vertical diamonds, I'm not sure. Alright, Crafty Boy is heading off. Thank you very much for coming along, Crafty Boy. Working on download planes for FSX SD. If you just do a search for FSX freeware, you can get some planes there. Let's have a look here. It's been a while since I've done a live stream. Yeah, that's true, yeah. Alright, Flight Deck. No worries. Thank you very much for all of your help. It's great. It's great having a professional there, because I've got someone who can give tips and hints and bits and pieces, but then I also feel compelled to do things more realistically, more properly. But thank you very much for coming along. And yeah, hopefully, yeah, I'll definitely check out your channel and check out some of your videos there. So thank you very much. Ejector seat off. No, I'm not doing ejector seat stuff. Right, anyway, so I'm not going to be doing any more flying, but I will be just relaxed, chill out for maybe another 10 minutes or so. So if you guys have got any questions you want to ask, feel free to ask away. How am I lined up actually in the parking? Oh, damn, that's some good parking. Oh, that's right on the parking spot there. And I didn't even look at an external view for that. Oh, I'm getting better. I'm getting better at this. Oh, I can lead. Yeah, right, okay. So, yeah, so if anyone's got any questions about me, about flight simming, about this plane, about anything, about life, karma, the universe, human existence, the possibility that we are living in a matrix and we are all actually computer simulations whilst machines are using our bodies for energy, ask away. I can't show you a replay because the replay system, and I don't have the proper replay add-on. It's really bad. Is it the Shetland Islands you're born in? No, just the Highlands, mainland Scotland. What's the meaning of life? Okay, apparently it's raining now in Krakow. What is the meaning of life? What do you guys think the meaning of life is? I think the meaning of life is to advance humanity in some way. Not be tutorial request, turning corners and taxiways. How fast are you taxiing? How fast are you taxiing? I mean, to be fair, like, jet engines are fantastic because you know when people, like, when the council cuts the grass, they always have like streamers and stuff, but they always leave the grass there. They don't collect the cut grass. And I imagine they do the same thing at airports. So having jet engines to blow all that cut grass away, you know, it's nice. Jet engines are really really funny. Yeah, what do you guys think the meaning of life is? I think it's to make someone else's life better in some way. It's looking like FSW might be a flop. Certainly, all the information I can see, all the reviews and things that I can see about Flight Sim World would lead me to believe so as well, but I don't know. I don't know what Dovetail Games have in their back pocket. What I don't like about Dovetail Games is they keep saying, oh, we've got a roadmap of features and things we want to bring to the sim. Just tell us. Be open. You can build trust by people with being open with them, and you know, tell people what you want to do with Flight Sim World, and people might be a bit more open to understanding why it's so limited currently. When will I fly back to Bristol? I'm not going to be flying back to Bristol. It's just Bristol to Krakow, and I'm just going to end the stream shortly. Josh the Kiwi, am I a registered pilot? No, I'm not. I'm merely a flight sim enthusiast. Good thing I remember the landing gear this time. I know, right? The great thing is I could actually hear alarms and bits and pieces. My sound card hasn't glitched out yet. That's another reason why I'm not going to be continuing the stream much further, is I can stream for about 4 hours before my microphone glitches out and I sound like a robot. and I can reset the microphone easily enough, but then it affects all of the in-game sounds. So I guess PMDG have some like external sound system or something which works away from FSX. But if my sound glitches out while I'm playing FSX, and then I reset it to get the microphone working again, then I lose half of the sounds. I lose most of the sounds of the plane. Like, you can't hear switches being toggled, you can't hear buttons being pressed. All you can hear is just the rush of the engines. You don't hear alarms and stuff. So yeah. That's why I'm going to be keeping my live streams down to less than 4 hours for the foreseeable future. Let's have a look here. What's better, Wizz Air or RyanAir, in my opinion? I can't say. I've never flown on Wizz Air. I've flown once on RyanAir, and I mean, yeah, I mean, a lot of people give them bad press, but you know, you get what you pay for, and they don't. You know, they're very clear in what they say. They're like, you know, they're just up. Yeah, they are up front. I mean, it's not, you know, yeah, people want to be taken care of and treated right, but RyanAir said, no, we're a no frills airline. We get you from A to B. So yeah. What's the capital of Finland? Helsinki, isn't it? It used to ramping jet fighters, so the big hand. Sorry, let me read that again. Alright, thanks, Naz. Yeah, yeah, I mean, it's not too. I mean, commercial jets, you need to be a bit more kind of. You need to like maybe just be thinking ahead 1 or 2 seconds, because they take a little bit of time to respond. So like when you turn, like has to lumber around, and then when you spool up the engines, it takes a bit of time. But that should be easy enough to fly. They pretty much fly themselves for most of the flight anyway. Dovetail games need better quality simply in their back pocket. Ingredient make it easier. Which is crazy. Yeah, I mean, what's the thing though? Is like, I don't know. Like, I don't know about Dovetail. Because like the thing that I worry about, the thing that I've thought about with Dovetail is, if you've released 2 new products with Train Sim World and Flight Sim World this year, and they've both performed really poorly, like, what are the financials of the company like? You know, and they got a multi-million, like, a company invested in them. So a company basically went to Dovetail and said, here's a chunk of money, so you can develop Train Sim World, so you can develop Flight Sim World, and develop anything you want for those. So, but it's an investment. So that company are giving Dovetail a chunk of money, saying, here's your chunk of money, but we want that chunk of money back with a little bit of extra in 5 years' time, 10 years' time. And if Dovetail have released Train Sim World and Flight Sim World, and both have performed really poorly thus far, have they made back enough money to recoup that investment? That's my biggest concern with it. RyanAir's bit in Squeezy Jet, if you say so. Mike, welcome back. What's my favourite airplane and favourite airline? I mean, I can't say airplane. I like all kind of modern aircraft really. Favourite airline? Again, I don't have any. Well, enough experience. The only airline I've really spent much time with and flown with regularly is EasyJet. I haven't really flown with anyone else. I've flown with RyanAir once, I've flown with Flybe, I've flown with BMI once or twice, and I've flown with Thompson. No, not Thompson, First Choice. I've gone on holiday a couple of times with First Choice, but I mean, I don't fly enough in real life to really have anything to compare things to. So yeah. Passengers still locked in the plane. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, this being RyanAir, you have to pay if you want to get off the plane now. You have to pay for umbrellas. You know, you have to pay. Yeah, you have to pay to get out of the plane there. Let's have a look here. Taxi to town. I don't want to turn the engines back on. What can go up a drain pipe down? We can't go down the drain pipe up. Water? I'm going to say water to that drain pipe thing. Adam is going to leave. No worries, Adam. Thanks very much for coming along. Can you do a tutorial about the best ways to get information on how to start up on a plane? Yeah, I mean, Al, if you... I've done that already, I think. I've done each of those in like different kind of ways. I've talked about flight planning. If you search on my channel for a video called Manual Flight Planning, I think I cover some of those aspects in that. So if you do a search on the channel for a video called Manual Flight Planning, that might be everything that you're looking for there. Pay to get off the plane. Yeah, I'm holding all my passengers hostage now. Yeah, ransom of 20 quid per head per passenger. I shouldn't have said hostages with planes. That's bad. No, don't say that, Dave. What happens when you don't pay? I don't know. Where the APU eventually runs out of fuel and the air conditioning stops working. Can I fly from Dubai to Warsaw? I might do it in the future live stream. Absolutely. FSX right now is still way better with mods, but I go with X-Plane. Yeah, I agree. I mean, X-Plane and prepared version 4 are full released, you know, fully featured, fully released sims, whereas Flight Sim World is still in early access. So, like I said, like I wish Dovetail would just come out and say, right, this is what we're planning to do, and just be a bit more open and a bit more kind of communicative with the Flight Sim community. Because at the moment it's just like, oh, we've got a roadmap, we're working on stuff. What stuff? What are you working on? When is it going to be ready? Like, give us something, you know? Anyway. £8 is more than the flight. So yeah. Anyway, okay guys, any last questions? I'm going to give it another 5 minutes and I'm going to wrap up there. So if there's any last questions, please ask away. PTD, P3, highly recommend it. Go to PP4. Yeah, I mean, I've always been a bit skeptical of prepared, given like the whole like licensing thing, and you know, is it worth the money over FSX? Yeah, V4 is making me wonder. V4 is making me consider buying prepared and moving off of Flight FSX Steam Edition. So yeah, we'll see. Alright, Noppy, thanks very much for coming along now. Yeah, I'll definitely consider looking at P3D V4 again. RyanAir movie, £1, but 30 quid if you want to see the last half hour. Oh yeah, and if you want to, let's do what a lot of games companies nowadays. If you want to watch the film, you can watch the film for £1. But if you want to get rid of adverts in the middle of the film, you have to pay microtransactions. So you have to pay like 50p to remove an advert every 5 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, we'll give you a sandwich, but if you need like a pair of scissors to cut the tape on it, then that's going to be an extra £5. 7. How famous do you have to be to get assassinated or not murdered? Ooh, that is a good question. Oh, that is a very good question. Assassinate. I don't know. There's. Assassinated or murdered. I think that there's a distinction there between an assassination and a murder. A murder is when someone kills another person, whereas an assassination it's got more. Assassination has more of a purpose behind it. There's like a more significant reason to murder someone. Or assassination, is it more the method of how someone is murdered? That's a really good question, actually. That is a really good question. I don't think it's a question of how famous you are, but maybe what you stand for or what you do. Or preventing something that you do. Let's have a look here. If you were to record silence and then play it at max volume, is it still silent? I would say so. Snay, you're a sound engineer, you can answer Shaquille's question about recording silence. I don't know, would you get, if you played silence at max volume, would you still get white noise? Maybe, I don't know. Let's have a look here. If Cinderella's shoe fits perfectly, then why did it fall off? Well, wasn't she running? Maybe she was running, her feet became sweaty and it just slipped off, I don't know. I don't know, I think, going back to the assassination question, I think it's more like to prevent someone for doing something or something, I don't know. Let's see. Steve, preparing to take off? No, I'm preparing to the end of the stream, sadly. We've got another couple of minutes and then yeah, we're going to be ending just like answering the last couple of questions and then we'll be gone. If a pregnant woman is swimming, does that make her a human submarine? Sure, why not? Any boring plane tutorials soon? Maybe in a couple of months. I'm still learning this aircraft. This whole live stream is just like more of a learning experience. However, one viewer is a professional 737 pilot. One of my viewers earlier on was a professional 737 pilot, so I may be consulting with them to get a bit more information about how to fly this plane and just get a bit better understanding of how to fly the plane. And then once I have professional insight, then I'll be able to do some good tutorials with it. Billy, I like your answer on that question, that's good. Let's have a look here. Your lips don't touch when you say touch, but your lips touch when you say separate. Interesting. Is it worse to fail at something than never attempt it? Yes. No. Is it worse to... It's worse to never attempt something. It's much better to attempt something and fail because you actually learn something from that experience. Whereas if you never attempt it, like, what's it? My dad's got a great saying related to football, is that you miss 100% of the shots you never take. So it's better to try something and have even the slimmest chance of it working out than not to try it at all. And as I said, if you fail, don't think of it as failing something. Think of it as learning something. Or think of it as, what's that great quote by I can't remember the name of the inventor, but there was an inventor who the guy who made the light bulb. You know, he tried 99 times to make a light bulb, and people said, why do you keep failing at this? Why do you keep going? And he says, I'm not failing. I've just discovered 99 ways of how not to make a light bulb. So yeah, it's better to not. No, it's better to try something and fail than not to try it at all. Okay, now all your questions are coming in, just as I was planning on leaving. Right, if you bite a zombie, does he turn into a human? Probably not. How much freedom should a person have? As much as they can have. What's the line between insanity and creativity? There probably isn't one. Let's see. What makes you you? Your soul, your spirit. If life is unfair to everyone, does that make life fair? Not necessarily, because some people are in better conditions than other. I don't think life is fair. I think you have some degree of control over. You have some degree of control over your life. But life is unfair, you know. Like I've got a home in London. You know, I've got a roof over my head in London, and I've got a computer. I've got internet access. I can chat to you guys. I've got a damn good life compared to a lot of people in the world. So I think life is unfair, but people do have power to change it. What's the difference between living and being alive? Being alive means you just exist. Living is when you actually enjoy your life, I'd say. Anyway. Yeah, TIP, if you could let me know what that last message was on the other thing that we use, I can't even remember the name of it, Discord. If you just let me know what that last message was, because I recognise the name SS Colon Burnout, and he's a troublemaker. Anyway, if money cannot buy happiness, can you ever truly be happy with no money? Yeah, there's a lot of people who live off the grid and all sorts with, and they're very happy. Anyway, okay guys, I think I'm going to leave it there. I think I'm going to leave it there. Yeah, I'm going to leave it there. So, do we have a soul? Yes, I believe we do. I do believe we have a soul and a spirit, or our mind. There's something that humans possess that we don't understand. So, this is a flight video, kind of a sad story. A bit of both. But anyway, I did say you can ask me anything, so I've kind of opened the can of worms with that. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there now because I'm bursting for the toilet. That's why, honestly. Anyway, but that was a live stream. It was a good live stream, really good live stream. So before I go, first of all, I want to say a massive thank you to Gamma and Big Al for donating during the stream. That's very kind of you guys. Thank you so much. It does, like I say this all the time, but the significance of you donating money to me to support me really means the world to me. So thank you very much for that. I really do appreciate it. Next, I want to thank my mods for being in the chat, TIP and UMP Snay. I know TIP was a bit busy first thing, you know, at the very start of the stream. We had some troublemakers, and again just now. So if everyone can give TIP and UMP Snay a big thank you and a big round of applause for looking after me and looking after you guys. It makes it easier for me to kind of concentrate on certain questions. So thank you to you both. And of course, thank you everyone for watching. You know, it's been quite a busy stream. I know I haven't streamed for a while, but it's great to see that. Great to see a lot of familiar names there and a lot of familiar faces. And it was good fun. It was good fun. So thank you all very much for watching. And of course, thank you to everyone who supports me on Patreon as well. Again, like I said earlier, with you know, donating money to me is a really significant act. So to support me and support what I do with this channel and what I try to do and what I want to try and do in the future means the world to me. So thank you very much. So Yeah, so yeah, I'm going to leave it there. So, thank you all very much for watching. Take care out there, and I will catch you all later.